In this part of the training you go in now is the application of the combat Tai Chi. The first one we're going to go to talk to you about is the Yang style. How to using the hand and push, and how you push your opponent. A lot of you training in a Tai Chi and not using application, you won't be able or understanding how to push them, where the power come from, how can you push them that far away. You sit there wonder, is it this guy make it up as he go along or what? Let me show you the first one we talk about, and then you can understand. When you do in the Tai Chi, you do a lot of this hand like this and moving like that on around and moving it up. Yeah. When you're doing the movement on the Tai Chi on an application, you're using the hand, mainly this hand like that, and then you close them up and push them. When you started doing this whole movement like this, like push like that, that's the first one we're talking about. Okay, ready? Coming in, let me borrow you there. On this bed here, you're watching the fast one already. I'll show you one on this slow one. When he punch come along, your hand like this, hand like that, turn and turn like that. When he punching again this side, your hand like that, and then push. When you coming in, both this hand go inside, then you go inside him, yeah? Both the hands and push, yeah? This like that. That's when you generate power coming in. Come in again. Punch come along, go 1, 2, leg come inside, yeah? And then when you come inside, you push him. That's why you have to be in this position like this, okay? If you're not in this position like that, you won't be able to push your opponent. Okay, let me show you one more again. Punching again. If you start coming in to using that, and then push like that, you won't be able to push them, because that is not how you're using the Tai Chi on the application when you're doing the form. That's not how you use them. When you're doing that, you won't be able to do that. So punch me again. 1, hand like that. Turn your hand down. 2, hand down like that. Stick with him inside, then lower your body like that leg is low. When you come in, you push that. Then you push your hand, arm on this position. And that is how we do it on this particular exercise. On this particular movement here, on the application, we're using the body again on the sides and pushing from the rib size. When you're doing the form and then move, when you move your hand is like this, yeah, arm like this. When your arm like this particular movement, that's where you push. You lock this arm like this, and then that's where you're using the body to push it through, like this, okay? Imminent, you're using exactly the same way, and then use this hand like that to turn. And when you turn, you won't able to push anything away if you're using the arm alone, okay? Because your arm is not strong enough. When you do the Tai Chi, everything has to be together, and your arm it should be locked like this, and then you turn. When you're turning your body and using the push like this, that's when you can push them again and using the leg and whole body doing together. Let me show you this one here. You understanding how I do them. Punch come along again. We work exactly the same way. When you punch coming in, okay, 1, then you punch me this side. This hand come along here on this arm, yeah? When you're in here, you see my body in this position. If I go like that, I won't be able to push him afar. But when you come into this position here, I'm using that. Okay, coming back again. Because I change his body, punching this side, 1, 2, back. I'm using and changing my body movement, coming again. Punch again, 1, 2. I'm changing the body movement. See his body here is changing opposite. He's not in position like this. Yeah, when he's in like this, then he can ground. Okay, when he push here, he can ground because he weight forward. But as soon as I punch with this side, 1, 2, as soon as I change the arm here, and that's why when you done the Tai Chi properly, and if it show you on the application side, you've been understanding that. If your instructor can able to show you, you have to understanding how to control his body. If his body in a line like this, you won't be able to push him. If he's here, he's basically outbalancing himself. Watch. It's very easily for me to use in that particular movement to get rid of them. Okay, let me come in again. Let me show you that once more again so you can understand. Punch coming 1, 2, back, hand here. Turn your hand into here, inside. Slowly again. 1, 2, turn and leg position. Leg in that position, you can turn and do that. Okay. In this particular exercise here, when you do in a reality, it's work in a differently. I will talk to you later on that. And this is how we use this particular exercise. On this particular one here, we're going to talk to you about how to pushing your opponent from the shoulder. In the Yang Tai Chi, very important is pushing and pulling, not any other hit. Because Yang, when you're doing the form, you don't see any other hitting, like the Chen style, like boom, boom, like that. It's all to do with pushing and pulling. Okay, the hand, the movement of the body, like that. When you turn your body, how you coming in, it's all body movement, okay? And when you're doing that, this bit here, I'll show you how to using the movement the same again and push them from the shoulder. Let me come bother you again there. On this particular one here, when you're punching, go one, punch one, how many again? Two, hand here. When you're punching again, so one, hand like that, yeah? So the arm is forcing out like that. The idea of the Tai Chi training on it, if your opponent hard punch, you just need to soft. Punching hard, you need to soft, yeah? And then you push. That's the whole idea and whole purpose and the whole principle of a Tai Chi. It's like the yin and yang. If you're hard, you're soft. If you're soft, you're hard. So when you punch me again, one, punch me again, two, and that's like that, arm coming up. When you're coming up, you turn your body on the side and where the shoulder is here. And it's again, he in wrong position and is out position himself. You hand into here, and then you push like from here. You come in that and push. You see how I do the form. If I do the form like that, and that is how it's going to be finished, the movement. It's not going to pull like that and lean forward and then pull my back muscle. Because when you're doing the form, you don't do that. If you don't do that, when you do an application, show you an application, it won't be able to do it because you're not using that on the form. Let me show you once more so you can understand. Let me bother you again. The hand coming in slowly, one, two, back, push. Okay? It's as simple as that. Now let me explain one more time so you can understand me. Let me bother you again, Dave. If your opponent punch me, coming punch, and he coming right into me, yeah, coming right into me, I will hit him straight here. Yeah, that's what's happening. And he punch me this side, then my hand is here. Doesn't matter if it goes toward to you or before it come to you, because this hand coming here and this hand coming here. You're always in the line of where the hand is, see, and the line. And you're pushing always on the side like this. Okay, the arm here and get rid of your opponent that way. And that is how we do it on this particular exercise. When you're doing this particular exercise here on the application, when you're doing the movement of the yang, when you turn and turn back into it again, and turn your hand back like that, hand like that, and then turn your hand back like that again. Yeah, that's when you move in your body, when you're coming in from here, like when you start, and then you come in on the side, then you come into here, and you turn your hand and back, and pull out like that. When you pull your hand have to be like this, yeah? One hand here, like grab and pull, turn, grab and pull. And this particular one here, I'll show you now on this application how to using that particular one. Okay, so you know exactly how we're dealing with that movement. Let me bother you again, Dave. Now when he punching me, we work exactly the same from the punch coming again. He punch coming in here, one, then he punch me coming here, hand, and this arm coming here, body turn, and then pull. When you start to pulling him on here, punch me again, one, punch me again, two, and my hand is here. I won't pull him like this on him, because I pull him like this, he's going to twat me in the face from here. So when I pull him, you make sure that your waist doing the work, okay? Not your arm doing the work, because that's how you're doing on the form, now that with the waist, and that's what you use. You use the waist to pull your opponent, or else you won't be able to pull them. So come in and go one, punch, then two, grab, and then pull. Yeah? When you pull them, you will be able to pull them and chuck them right across the room very easily. Punch him again. When you work punch the opposite side, for instance, 1, 2, you work exactly the same. Arm here and here. Okay, one hand grabbing here and one hand come here. Turn your leg and your body like that and then pull along. Okay? When you pull them, you make sure you pull them along, not this way. Because if you pull in this way, you're diverting the force. You got to pull them straight along, like on a straight line like this, before you can get rid of them. And this is how we use it on this particular exercise. On this particular exercise here, we show you now at the moment, it's when your opponent coming in, when you pull them and they grab hold of your hand and pull you. When you pull you need to drop your body down and turn and pull. Exactly the same as when you're doing on the foam. When you start using on the foam, for instance, coming in and push like that, or coming down like that and pull, it works exactly the same way. You turn your waist, you turn your waist. Let me show you so you can understand what we're talking about. Let me bother you again. When you work on this particular one, when you punch come along, for instance, 1, and I stick with your hand like this, and then punch again, 2, and then you grab my hand, okay, and pull it down. You will slightly go down with him because he can't pull you any more further than what he is now when he pull. When he started pulling down, that's where he can get. Then turn your hand over, grab like this, turn your arm, and then pull. And because you turn your arm opposite like this, okay, and then you pull him this way, then turn your body, he won't be able to resist you because the way you turn your hand up like this. So when you punch me again, so go 1 and then 2. Then you grab my hand and pull down. Yeah, like that. When you go down with him, don't stand like that. He pull. And he jerk. See, that's what happens when you stand still. You pull, you go with him. Yeah, then you turn and then you pull like that across. Okay. When you pull them slightly from here, slightly like that across, like that, he won't be able to resist on the movement. Okay, let me bother you again, punch again. So 1 and then 2. Grab the hand and pull down, for instance, down. Then turn your hand. Yeah, turn your hand, grab, turn it up like this. Okay, and then pull across that. Okay, chuck him across that, your body like that. That's how you're using that particular movement on this. And this is how we do them. This particular one here, we're going to talk to you about, like when you grab and then kick, the movement like that out. When you pull the hand out, or put the hand out like this, and then kick straight up. Let me show you through the application side. You're watching the first one, how you're doing that movement. The most important is, show you through here, how to do them. Because if it started coming hit you hard, you flick your hand up like this to block the punch. It's very, very painful for your opponent. That's why when we're training on this particular one here, our student, when the instructor of here come in to attacking me, they're not coming and hit themselves so hard, force it in. If they're hard as they force it in, they will get hurt badly. Let me guide you along so you know exactly what we're talking about. Let me borrow you again, Dave. On this particular one here, for instance, come in a bit. When you start hooking me, hook coming in, your hand come along like this. Because the hand here, the blood coming here, if you've been training and ask one of your friends or ask one of your whoever, hook you and flick your hand out like this. When you flick hand out like this, cut it inside here, it's very painful. That's why when you're doing this exercise, he go like this and he go like this. Okay? If you start to hook him hard, boom, and that's hook him hard this way, it's very, very painful. Now the idea is when you're doing the movement, doing again, slowly again. So one hand and 2, hand like that. And then coming back, leg like this, kick, boom, out like that. Okay? So coming in, boom, come in again. You need to do exactly what is on the foam. On the foam is coming in and then come out like that. It works in all different ways. The idea is here now, I show you how you use it, why you're using the foam and what you do it for on this application. In a minute, you're slacking on the fighting one bit so you can see how and why I talk to you about the Tai Chi side so you know. Now this one, pay some attention on here so you can understand what we're trying to do. Later on you're watching through, you know what we're doing. Hook coming in. So go 1, hook coming in again, 2, hand like this and kick. And then hand out like that. So that's when you kick, boom, like that. Okay? On the movement. And that is how we do this on this exercise. This particular one here, we're going to talk to you about. A lot of time when you're coming in and move your leg like this, for instance. When you're coming in, you fit down like that, for instance. Yeah? And then go forward. Okay? And then you're coming in and using that one. I will show you now how to use an application on that particular movement there. You're just watching through the fast one already. It's coming in when you punch you in and kick. When you come in, kick and hand like that. Yeah? Arm like that. Hand out like that. And then come over, then push. Okay? The most important thing you have to understanding is the body and the content of this particular one, why you do them particular one. And I will show you how to use them later on the other thing, because this is not how you fight and using them. This is explain to you how to using a particular form and why they transfer to the application and why you do what you do. Let me bother you again, Dave. On this particular one here, when you come to punch me, I go like that. Yeah, straight into that. That's what I need to get into. One like that, hand like that. Yeah, and when he hit me this side, I got this hand here and then just push like that. Okay, do it again. Slowly again, so you can see. When he coming in, hit one, and then hit. My hand is here, and then my arm come inside, and then push out like that. Then I in that position here. Okay, one more small one. The most important thing is you hit straight into the knee or into the shin. So when you come and hit straight to the knee, shin. Then now over again, overhand this one, block, using hand, boom. Okay. The most important thing is use this hand like this, hand like this. That's why you do a lot of this movement like that. And back, back. And then you do a lot of this movement coming from here like that, up, and then coming back and doing that. That movement of the hand and that movement of the leg, that is how it works into this particular application. And this is how we do them. This particular one here, I want to go through and talk to you about is how to using the same principle again, the move of the hand and push onto the rib. Now, if you've already been training in the application and you're using the forearm against your opponent's rib and push into here and push out of the way, it's very painful. Broken the rib very easily. When you're using a lot of movement like that, for instance, like that, off, and coming back like that, for you turn like that, because you're using whole waist and body coming in and then come down and push like that, see, it's the way your body uses, see, that's the whole point of this DVD we're talking about. It's the idea is on the Yang Tai Chi, it's no such thing as right and wrong Yang movement. It's what you use it for and why you do each thing. If you're watching for all the part, I already show you why we're doing that and why we're doing this. And here now, I will show you why we do that movement for. That is the whole point. The more important thing is, it's not that I show you the movement like that, and then when I come to doing the form, I show you movement like this. It's no relevant to on the form. You understand me? Whatever I show you on the form, I will bring it in here and show you how and why we do that and why we have the hand like this. And that's what we're talking about. Let me show you through this one so you know exactly how I do this particular one. Let me borrow you again, Dave. When he punch me, we work as you see a couple of this movement already, but I show you through this one. You see the first one already. Punch come along, for instance. One, he punch come on this side. A lot of time when I coming in on the movement here, I push him out of the way. And again, it's a rip on the side here. When I coming in, I'm using this arm here, an arm down here, as you're doing the push, and then push, like this. Okay? If you've been trying to use this, or using, or when been training with one of your instructor already, or training in Tai Chi, and I show you application, you know why you can't push the person that far away, and you can't make the movement work properly because you're scared to hurt your partner or whatever. Let me tell you why. Let me borrow you again, Dave. If we when you see all our Tai Chi movement, each one, all the training we do, all the application, they all have vests on. So the vest on like this, yeah? So when I hit him, like shin, I can kick them. The going gut, they have them on. So when they're doing this movement, it won't hurt them. That's why if you see, when the movement, when he coming in, and I punch him on a Chen style, and I do the Yang style, because there's a lot of arm like this, they are coming in like this, push in like that. It's same as I punching him, yeah? It's no different. But the arm coming here, on the side like this, when I push him, the form getting his, yeah? It's very, very painful. If you've been done some, you will understand. It's very, very painful, run a rib. Your rib will clap, just like this, because that's the whole weight. That's all to do with movement like Tai Chi. The whole body weight go in, and they clap your rib up very easily. You understand? So this is how we're using this particular movement on here. In this particular one here, you see when you come down to the movement, coming in down, hand like this, and your hand come down like that. In this particular movement here, okay, like this, yeah? And then when you're coming in, where that relate into the application that we show you. Now I want to show you through now how we're using that particular movement onto the application, where you can using the weight and how you divert in your opponent and from the pulling, so you can understand me. Now let's get this clear a little bit on this part so you can know what we're talking about. Because when we do the Yang style, each people out there doing a different one. Okay, you're doing for the health side, you're doing for what health. If you think that's the health side, then that's good luck to you. This is what you do. But this what we on this DVD here we're talking about is the content, and the thing we're talking about is to do with the health as well as the combat side. Okay, you were watching through the combat bit element in the fighting zone. In the reality, why we do this and why we use Tai Chi. And Tai Chi later on, you're watching through, they explain everything more into that bit on that. Now I will show you now how to use that particular movement here and where to hold and grab hold of them. Let me show you. Let me borrow you can take. On this particular one, when he punched me, we work exactly the same again. Yeah, punch me this side here, and then the hand go underneath the armpit and pull. When he pull him, okay, and then this hand on the shoulder, and then turn my body like this, yeah, and push. Okay, let me borrow you again. When he come and punch, go 1, 2, hand here. Okay, when the hand come in here and pull. When you pull, like what happened is you pull in at this, yeah, pull in at this, and when you pull in at this arm in against the shoulder, and your waist turn, and that's what's happening, and that's why you're in this position. Okay, punch in again. So go 1, then 2, then hand here, then arm like this and pull, and then your hand in position again. When you're doing this sort of movement out like that, okay, and pull, come in, let me borrow you again. It's very difficult for him to resist because he forced forward. Now, when you're watching through the fast movement on it, when he punch, he won't be able to hit me that far. Now, when he coming in, he can hit me inside. Doesn't matter if he didn't go too close, my hand will hit, and it hit right in his elbow here. Okay, like this. Because Yang style, very soft, you only move it in the hand and hit them. But when you hit him like that on there, because again the shoulder, the elbow here, broken, just like this, just broke. And that is why we don't come and commit ourselves right into it, and then I'll hit them, and he will get hurt. That's not the point on this particular movement I show you. I will show you through along, so you know exactly what we're talking about. Hit again, 1, then punch again, here. Yeah, this hand. When you hand this hand here, coming back on this arm here, okay? And then pull, because he weight already going forward. That's why you pull and then turn like that, and knock him away, and your arm like this, okay? And that is how we do it on this particular exercise. In this particular one here, I will go through and talk to you about is when your opponent come and attack you and you divert them, or when you turn, like when you turn. That's why a lot of this movement come along when you're doing the form. When you're doing the form and you turn like this, okay, like that, and you're doing the movement and you turn this way and you come back and you're doing the movement like that. Now on the application side will show you full how divert your opponent when they attack with you. That's it's what in common, or that is what important thing about the Tai Chi. It's diverting your opponent, pulling your opponent, and push your opponent. Let me show you on this one so you can understand what we're doing. Let me borrow you again. On this particular one, when he coming in, and then he go like that, yeah, and he punch me, and I go hand like that, and he try grab me, grab hold me. Now, if you're not very good Tai Chi man, and he pull my leg, I will be forever, because you don't understanding how diverting your opponent when it come towards you. Okay? Now, when you're doing Tai Chi, you should understanding this. Very simple. Get hold me, I will divert you. Get hold me, I will push you. Start to grab hold me, I will divert you. And that's the whole point about learning in Tai Chi on a Tai Chi training. So we come in again like that. When he punch and he try to grab hold my leg like that, turn and grab hold here and then change your leg position, and then turn your body. Okay, come back here again. When he started coming in, okay, like that, punch come along like that, and then grab my leg. As soon as you see that coming, your body from here, you turn. Yeah, your body in the same, and then you wait and turn. You divert, and then that's it. That is how you're using on that particular one. When you start to moving, let me show you one small one again, so you can get an idea how we're using that particular one. When you come and hit like that, and your hand like that slightly up, and then you try to grab. When you start to grab, your leg turn, and when you turn that, your hand here, okay, this hand and this hand have to work like that together. So turn and then work. Okay. Now back here. Now if you using this particular one, for instance, I grab and then come down, grab. If you start doing this one, you can either grab with me, I can drop my body down like that, okay, and then turn my body this way, and then like that, pull and turn him. It's not matter, or it's not the point of this particular movement, because this one here, I'll show you how diverting on it. You can do any way you wish. It's provide you understanding how to controlling, understanding diverting. This is how we do it on this particular exercise. On this particular one here, I will show you how to using the other arm coming down, like when you're coming in, hand, and then turn your body and down like that, for instance, where you move your hand together, hand like this, when you come down on a Tai Chi. Now the idea of the Tai Chi movement, again, I mentioned all before, is all to do with forcing and pulling and pushing, okay? So you won't be able to see the movement. So you can understanding why we do what we do on this particular Tai Chi movement. Let me bother you again, Tai. On this particular one here, when your opponent coming to hit me, go one, I block the same. It's this movement here over and over again. I'll show you, because why? When you crush yourself in that movement, you will using that to do with the movement. That is the most important thing. That's why you're using the hand work in the motion like this. When you punch me, one, and you punch me this side, hand, and this arm underneath here. Okay? When this arm underneath here, this hand over, and then push out, and then go like this. Okay? Let me show you again on this one. Hit me this side, so I show you this angle. So punch me this side, one, and then this side underneath, hand here. Have to, when you push him, you cannot push him anywhere, but have to be in this position, yeah, and on the elbow. When you push in like that, this hand here like this, yeah, and then push down like that on to the shoulder blade. So divert him opposite him to knock him down. The hand must be on that position. Okay, one more again so you can see, so you know exactly how I show you. So later on, when you're watching through the DVD and look at the combat side of the particular one side, so you can understand why you can use them in this particular way. So we punch me again. One, this hand, two, hand here, push, and then like that, and push them out of the way. And this is how we use it on this particular exercise. In this particular one here, I will show you move the same one you're watching properly, watching full already on other one, block and kick this way. Now this one, we're going to move in the same hand block again, and then kick a particular way on this leg here, on the chest side, right on the chest side. You're not trying to knock him out, but try to wound him for a bit. Yeah, that's the arm bit. And that's why we need to have move work with this hand all the time. Because when you do in a form, as you remember, when you do in a form, and you do a lot of this movement, or you do a lot of this movement, yeah, and moving in. And that's where you have to have the movement more bigger like this when you do in the combat Tai Chi on a Yang style. This is how we do them here. Let me show you full that bit so you can understand how to do it in a minute. Let me bother you again. Now you're watching full already, full it on the movement. Let me mention to you again, okay, so you can understand when you come in. So you're watching full this, you know exactly what we're talking about. When he punch me. Now if you punch me right into my face, yeah, punch me in, I won't able to be standing here, let me hitting me, because like this. You see the movement we have in here is haven't got a lot of space, okay, because we need you to fit everything in this movement here. So when he punching me, no point he punched me right now here, because if he punch me here, I will have it arm like this, up, yeah, and he won't be able to hit me on this side. If he hit me on this side again, I will be again moving on this side. So when he punch me one and punch me this side, I will be able to work on this side. If he punch me one and he punch me this side, for instance, I'll be here, okay. It won't make no difference if he come too close to me or slightly far away. It make no difference, because anyway, I want to twat him. I'm going to twat him anyway. That is the whole point we try to come across. So we do that this movement again. Punch one, and he punch again. And you inside, this arm here, boom. Okay, come in again. Go slow again. So go one, arm like this. Two, hand like this, arm out like that. Then you come in, you go boom, in like that. Okay, so you can see the movement. Now, if you understanding this Tai Chi, Tai Chi is from the Shaolin side, and it developed about centuries ago in. The compare of the movement, all the movement slightly, you see the hand movement when you block, you think like the Wing Chun. They're all similar movement, okay? Because anyway, when you do the form, that's why you're doing this movement like this, and that's why you're doing this movement up and up like that. And it's exactly the same. When you punch me from here, my hand is like this, see? Like this. And that's what I do. You have to preach on what you do, so you learn what you learn and do what you do. And that's the whole idea. If you're doing Tai Chi, then you have to use this movement from the Tai Chi. So when he punch me, I've got to do it like this. This hand got to come down, because this is how we're using on the Tai Chi movement. This is how we use them. And this is how we're blocking off the opponent. So when he come in, he hit go one, and he punch one, and then go boom, in like that, cross, in like that, onto the body. Same thing, and you kick out like that, or same thing, you kick up like that. That's the whole idea. If you kick in like that, or you kick in like that, or you kick in like that. It's the same principle. This is how we do it on this particular exercise. This particular one we're going to go through and talk to you about, using the arm, pushing out like this on the movement, okay, like that, okay, on the hand. So when you get movement and you push them, using arm again, and your arm in this position again, you turn your hand back, your hand, you move. It's very difficult to watching through this particular DVD here, and standing there and talk to yourself, this won't work, this is not happening in real fight. In a real fight, it wouldn't happen like that. My body too low for this movement. This is not a point. I mentioned to you people, this is not a point we talk about. If you're watching a combat bit, selecting a combat bit, I explained already in there, already, how to use it. If a fight happens, what you do. It's not a point to talk about, sit there and turn around and say it's too low for the reality. This is not what we're talking about reality here. We're talking about we're doing the form. And then we put in application, so you know exactly why you do the form for, and why you do this, where you put your opponent, and how you do this movement. Let me show you through this one so you can understand how I do them. Let me bother you again. We work exactly the same way again when the opponent punching me. One, punch me this side actually, so I can see, you can see this side. Punch come along one, and from this side, arm here. When you have the hand here, you see that's the whole point I talked to you about. Is in a long, different range, different goal for him to hit me. My hand is here, okay? So easy for me to push him from here. So we do that again. So go one, then two. This is the arm, see? One and two. This hand come up. When the hand come up like this, the arm come into here, the hand come into here, like that, and then push. Yeah, the hand like this, okay? And the ball like that. And every time you finish your leg in that position, your hand here. Because that is how you use that in that particular exercise, because you push your palm into the area or the rib here. It's very, very painful, and push your opponent away. And this is how we do it on this particular exercise. In this particular movement here, I will go through and talk to you through a bit, is when your opponent coming in and hit you and you shoulder bump them and throw them. Now when you're moving this movement here, as you already done from the form, is when your hand come in cross like this, and then turn your hand back at that, and then throw from here and push. When you push like that, yeah, that is to basically grab your opponent's arm. This side, I will show you through this side, because this side you won't be able to see it on this side. This side, then I will be able to pull. When I pull them, I throw them. You see it already on the movement. How will you be able to grab something up with that and then chuck them down like this? Okay? It's very important on this particular exercise I do it. You see in the first one already. You see that come down, boom with that. Even though our instructor is good on acting the movement, it's very difficult for him to throw that line like this, because you're going to get the shoulder break very easily. Remember, this is a concrete floor here. It's not something that you can go down and land. If you land properly like that, you need to keep us some good credit for this particular movement you show through, because it's not simple as you think will be able to get it done. The way you pull your body, it's all to do a lot of control that you're able to use that particular movement. Let me show you here so you can understand what we're talking about. Let me bother you again, Dave. On this particular one here, when he punched me, like here, I'm using same hand, and he punched me this side, I will take him in. And because I take him in, now let me explain to you so you can get the idea. I throw direct from here. He weighs more than me. I won't be able to, and he ground. Yeah? The idea is, punch me again, slow again. One, then coming in here, shoulder. When I bump him one, have you ever been bumped into the shoulder, in the chest before? If you do, your body, you relax. That's when I can grab and pull him and throw him. The movement as you going down on this, that's why he's going down right in front of you. In reality, in a fight, that will be very, very dangerous. Come along again, one, and come in, grab, bump. When he hit you, grab the arm here. Your hand must be pulled down this way, and this arm must be go up like this. So that's why he body like this. You see body go? Arm go down, and body go like that, see? That's why he going this way and coming down. When you're doing this particular one here, coming down like this, okay, like that, exactly, you're coming down and push him this way or push that way. It's your shoulder, body. Everything have to work together. When you're training in the Tai Chi already, and you use that movement, you can see exactly how we do them. If you come to us training, you can appreciate the movement where they're coming from properly. And that's why we're using this Tai Chi for, it's called Tai Chi Combat. And this is how we do it on this exercise. In this particular one here, I show you when you're using a lot of pushing like this on the movement. On the application side, when you're watching for already the fast one, and then turn hand and push them, and how you do that. When you're doing the pushing movement like that, this is very classic movement, because you start to weaken your opponent up in the arm and hit where the fist is. If you imagine your fist, okay, it's been soft and you hit it straight away, it bend. When it's bent like this, it broke. It's broke and shock right through. And because of the chi through when you're doing a lot of Tai Chi movement, a lot of push, like you're pushing thing, all movement like that, when you hit like that goes short right through you, and because it's wrong movement, it busts very easily, and you get rid of your opponent. And this is how we're using that to get rid of your opponent easily. Let me bother you again, Dave. I show you through this movement so you can understand how we do this particular one. When he punch come along, for instance, when he coming in, move the hand like that and back. Or when he coming in, using this hand, come back. Yeah? You're doing any, say, hitting them. When you hit this hand, come back, grab. When you grab them, the fist like that, and then because the fist still in a line like this, the hand come back and hit. like this, yeah? And he punch me this side, for instance, using this hand, the same thing. And again, mentioned to you already before, have to put him in a line. If you go like that and try to push him, you won't be able to push him because he's not in a line. As soon as he's like that, then you push him. He opposite himself, so he's in the wrong range. So you can get rid of them very easily. Let me bother you again. On this particular one here, when he came in, you hit it this side, for instance, come back, or hit it this side, yeah? And then he punch me this side, hit back, see the arm again, we're using the same one, movement like that. If you're watching full already on our Wing Chun training, you see a lot of arm like that this as well. But the Wing Chun one is slightly different because they're coming in up in the sides, and you come and hit like that. This one is turn like this. You're forcing in like this. So when you punch in like this, yes, open, then you start to push them. And that is the whole idea of this particular movement. And this is how we do them. In this particular movement here, I want to go through and show you through when you're doing the movement of the arm and your hand like this and then turn, then kick and come down and then punch this way, for instance. I'll show you that on the human being when they come and hit you, where they hit him on the arm and how you're using that particular movement. Let me bother you again, Dave. On this particular one here, when he come and punch me, when he come and punch me, my hand using opposite leg, for instance. Okay, when he punch me, I hand like this, leg on this side, and flick in this arm and back with the arm here like that. Boom. Okay. Now if you imagine when he hard punch coming, boom, like that, his arm broken, and he punch me this side, arm this side again, come back, and from here, then push. Okay, right to the chest and down because the whole weight coming in. Let me bother you again, movement. So when he coming in, hit the whang, come back, whang, boom, from here. When the movement comes in like that, this is how we generate the movement. A lot of palm come down like that. I see boom, like that. That's when it come down. Force your weight down. Let me show you once more on that side. You can see how I do them. Punch come in, you turn your leg, hit. When you start to turn your leg here and hit, it's got to be right here. Okay? Or here. Doesn't really matter. When you come in, boom, then boom, hand down here, then push from here. Yeah, right in from here. Like that. This is how we use that on this particular application. This particular one here, we're going to talk to you about how to using the body again from the shoulder and grab your opponent's leg and pull them down. Okay, this particular one, when you do them, you make sure you have to stick with your opponent. Okay, when you're watching through the combat side, in the combat side, when in reality, why and how and what we use, so you're understanding this. Let me show you through this slowly so you can understand how we do them. Let me bother you again, Dave. On this particular one here, punch me, come along, and when you do it exactly the same, and he punch me again here. This arm here, you come across, you must make sure you stick with him, and then this arm you grab the leg. Okay, and the shoulder is land into here like this together, and then you pull. So watch me again. So they come and go 1, 2, back across. So keep it across that. See, watch. If I pull out like this, I wouldn't be able to lift him up. You understand? I need to shove my shoulder across his rib. So in pain, watch. Okay, one more again. Now you can see if our instructor training on doing this with the DVD haven't got the body equipment on, they're all going to be in hospital because if you drop a shoulder in the rib, you know it's going to hurt. Punch me again, I show you 1 and then 2. Stick with him across like that. Here. Don't pull along like this. And the arm is not sticking. Shoulder must be stick to him here. And then what? And then pull like that. So that's when you do that movement here. Now when you do them, let me bother you again on this one so they can see. When punch me again, 1, punch again, here, drop. Try to stick with him and pull. Don't lift him up straight away like I just show you because I just let you understand. Go full and go what like this. When you pull, watch down. Yeah? So when you pull like this and lift, yeah? Pull like that. Okay? That's how you using that particular movement down, like this. Shoulder chop down first. This is how we use it in this particular application. In this particular one here, when you're watching through the Tai Chi form, when you see a lot of hand come across like this, yeah, and then coming back and push like this. This is how we're using this movement on this particular application here. Now, I mentioned to you already before, when you're doing this movement of the pushing, it's not going to really happen in reality, but it's like learning and learning the alphabetic order, A, B, C, D. You need to learning all this bit of the application from the form. And when you're using the combat side, you will use them individually and use them differently. Let me show you through this bit here so you can understand. Don't just sit in there and wonder, that won't be happen. It's no, This is how we do them, and this is how it's done. When you're understanding this, when you're watching through and learning and understanding in the combat zone a bit more, you understand a lot about how to use it and why you're using the thing you use. Let me show you on this one so you know. Let me bother you again, Tai. Now on this one here, when your opponent punch you, when he punch you like that, when he punch me again on this side, using this hand, this arm come underneath, an arm like this, that's when you turn your body like that. And when you turn them, make sure you turn your whole body together. Now let me point out this very carefully. Punch come on this side, and punch here. Now if I try to push him from here, I wouldn't be able to lift him up because his body up like this. Yeah, I only able to push him, wouldn't able to lift him. When you're watching through the first one, and you can see I push and lift him right up and drop him down the floor in the concrete, for instance, and break his neck. This way, why and how we do this one, let me show you so you know. Punch me, come along again. One, punch in. Because my body here, I hit together, see? As soon as I hit, see what happened to him? See, come in again, close in, boom, see, he ball like this. And because he ball like this, his body grapple me. Now my body is low, and he's my leg. That's when like that. That's where the movement will lift him up. When you sit there and you wonder, not possible. Of course, it's not possible if you've been training in a Tai Chi and training in a wrong way. You won't be able to pull it out properly. Like I mentioned to you already, nobody out there training in the combat side, hitting and doing like what we do, because we are hitting them. And the most important thing in Tai Chi is, if you're not using whole body and hitting your opponent to wear them, wick them down like this, and relax, how are you able to push them and get rid of them? You wouldn't, because they're ground, when they're tense, you won't be able to push them. That's why most of you not doing the Tai Chi out there and using the wrong movement, and your Tai Chi wouldn't work. And you see this, you thought, that won't be able to do it. Why won't be able to do it? Because if you're understanding the whole thing properly and done it right, and that's why it worked. If it not, it won't be able to work. This is how we do it on this exercise. In this part of the DVD you're selecting a moment is on the Yang Tai Chi form. They're breaking down to 8 parts. I will guide you along on each part, one part at a time. One thing I want you to remember when you're training on this is camera 1 here, okay, so you can see where you are, and this is camera 2, and that's here. So you got to understanding where you're facing. Now, when we're training on this, I start with this. That's where I start from here in the background like this. When I finish all the 8 part, I will finish here. Okay, so you need to understand that. The important thing you have to understand is you have to do all the basic exercise. When you've done all the basic exercise already, then become simple for you to when you practice this particular form. Let me show you how we train now, how we do them, and I guide you along so you know exactly where you are. Now when you're ready, nice and relaxed, feet and hand together like this. Okay, when you're here like this. Nicely coming out with the feet like that. Okay, so the whip height like this, and then drop your hand down like this, and then down like that. When you're coming down from here to here, turn your body to here. Okay, like you're holding a ball in your hand. When you're in that position here, go forward with your feet like this, okay? Like that, forward, and then your hand go forward, and that in that position. Make sure your leg, hand in that position here, okay? When you've done that, the feet coming out, hand the hand here, and then pull, like this, okay? Here, like you're holding the baby in your hand. Make sure your knee is not over lean. Your knee is here, and your hand is here. That and that will be together, and the hand is here. Okay? When you've done that, hand down like this, and you back the body turn. Keep your back straight, and then lift your feet up. That's where your feet here. Okay, like that. Lift your feet up, and your body turn, like this. And then it will take you to this side. Okay? When you're in this side again, leg in here, hand like here, and here. That's where you are now. Okay? Keep your hand here. Feet come out like this again, and then grab, and then push. Now you see in this position, that camera here you see here, leg, knee, hand, like you here, like you're holding a baby in your hand, okay? When you're in that position here, turn your hand like this, and bring it in, so make sure that you land into your wrist, the hand here, from here, then you turn your body back like this, and then push. When you push again, make sure you push in the center of you, here, don't over lean like that. Keep your back straight. As you see in this camera, my back is straight, and I'm here, okay? When you've done that, hand out like that, bring the feet and hand in together here, and then push. Now when you push, make sure that you push in your shoulder whip here. Don't push from here, push from here. That's where you are, so you push here, okay? When you've done that, turn your hand back here, and then bring your hand up in that position here, and feet come out again, and this hand here like this, and then down. And that's where we left you now, in this position here. When you've done that particular exercise on this here, make sure that when you go out, okay, forward, your leg, it should be in this whip length. Don't over lean with your knee. Make sure the back is all the way straight, the hand is over here. Okay, that's important. This hand coming out here, make sure that your hand nice and curved like this, and your body like that. Okay, that's important when you're doing this particular exercise. When you're understanding all this basic movement, then you practice properly a little bit. Don't break in between. Practice smooth as you can. Let me show you here exactly how we do them, so you know when you practice with it, you know how to do it. When you start again, feet out, hand here, and hand out, up and down. Body turn, forward, hand out and feet together. Bring your hand in together like this and pull. Keep your back straight. And then turn your feet and body turn. Feet coming out again, grab and pull. Bring the hand up like this. Back to center and push from the wrist. And then hand out like that. Coming in with the feet and then push in the shoulder whip. Turn your body back. Bring your hand up like this. and then feet coming out, and then here, and that's where we left you now. Remember this camera here, and that's where we face, that's where we left you. So you remember that when you're doing this, you look at here, you know where we left you, okay? Back into here, okay, and that's how you do that particular exercise. The most important thing when you started, is your hand, don't lift too high coming down. Shoulder height, and then down. And make sure you come up and down like this together with the feet, okay? Nice and slow. Remember, when you're doing them, you breathe in and down your dantian as you're doing them, okay? When you're doing that particular Tai Chi movement. Don't do it movement and then breathe separately. Breathing and doing the Tai Chi movement together. Then you start to relaxing your mind. Only time when you're understanding the chi flowing around your body and make your mind working and your body working well is you don't think about when you do Tai Chi. You let it flow and let your mind empty and just let it be and just doing the movement and practice as what I just done just now. Do this movement again if you need to, or watching food again if you need to, and then you got a rough idea how to do them and practice much as you can before you move on to the next one. I see you on to the next lesson. On this part now, your second moment is on the part 2 of the Yang Tai Chi form now. I assuming you're already done the part 1 already before you jump into this part. I need to let you know this because you cannot jump lesson to the lesson or part to part. If you haven't done part 1 yet, you jump into here, you haven't got a clue how to practice and what to do. On the part 1, remember I left you on this ankle and hand here. Okay, that's where I left you. Now from here, I'll continue to go through this again on this camera here, on this angle, so you know exactly where you are. So where you're here now, okay? Basically, drop the feet and hand like this. Bring it in, turn your body, and then hand out. When you've done this particular move, make sure the feet coming out and hand is here like this. Feet come back like this, turn the hand, and then the body turn. And you're in that position, okay? When you're in that position now, have the hand down like this, okay, and then hand up. When you're in that position here, hand out, and then push, like this. And you do exactly the same on this side. Lift the feet up and hand, and then push. And then you do exactly the same this end again. Bring the feet up, and hand turn, and then feet push, like this, okay? When you've done this, lift your feet up, like that, and hand come out like this. Go 1, feet out, 2, and then 3. And that's where we're gonna leave you now. Here, feet come out like this, back straight, and hand in that position like that, okay? And that's where we left you on that part 2 there. Now we'll show you here on the movement a little bit more so you can see exactly how we do that particular one here on these angles. Now on here, when your hand is here, okay, make sure your feet and hand together up like this, together like this, okay? When you've done this, feet back and then hand turn, so you're in that position, so you turn in like that, okay? Now when you've done that, this hand, make sure this hand coming down like this. Go 1, and then feet come out and the body turn, so you're in that position. Leg in that here and hand that position like this, yeah? And then start to push, like that. Now when you push it to whole body together, yeah? Together like this. When you push, make sure don't over lean with your knee. Your hand in here, okay? Now same thing again, lift your feet up, and then hand come up like that again. And then do exactly the same, feet coming out, and then push. Okay, now when you've done that here, when you push hand here, make sure you push right into your chest in the center like that, and then lift your feet up and then hand up like this, and then push again like that. Now when you've done that already, lift the feet up here, okay, and this hand go inside like this, out, 1, and then like that, 2, and then feet come in like that, and 3. Okay, that's where we left you. okay, here. Now when you practice, it's important that you got to practice the movement go together with the body. Don't break the movement, just the hand and the body and the weights don't go together. The important thing about the Tai Chi side is the body coordinate together, the weight transfer and body balance, and that's what's important thing about it. The idea when you train in this particular yang form is a health side. So it's important to know the leg like that. So you're doing something to your body. Now if you cannot move that far and you stand still and you're doing like this, you basically don't do anything to yourself. If you not do anything to yourself, how can it be good for health? Because you don't do anything to your body. When you're in that position like this, here, you put some strength in your legs, so make your leg more stronger, okay? In that position, your hand in the places. Make sure you lift your feet up, okay, when you do them. Lift your feet up like this, and then turn, and then bend like this, so you're here. When you done that, you control the weight, so your leg a bit more stronger, and your ankle, when you're doing that, so you can step properly, so you know where you are. The shoulder whip must be straight on as you are turning, like this, yeah? So your body here, the feet coming out, your body got to be in line like that, and that's important. Otherwise, you will have problem. When you're doing this movement as well, when your hands up, when you're up here, your hand must be turned as you push, like you grab hold of them from here, then pull, and then push. If you don't do the movement properly and right, you won't be able to push or to check anything of your opponent. The whole idea is on the yang movement, when you're doing them, when you come to the reality side, you can use them, and it's for health and for combat use. It's up to you how to do them. On this part here, I show you how we really do them, so you know exactly what you do when you practice. That's where we are here, as you remember. Now I'll show you how we really do them, and then when you practice, you know what to do. Feet up and hand. Keep come back, turn, bring the hand down, body turn, and then feet step out and push. Go 1, up, turn, 2, up, turn, feet out, and 3. Make sure, lift your feet up and turn your hand. Go 1, 2, and 3. And that's where we left you now in here. Try to practice as much as you can, and then when you're understanding how all the movement work and how the body transfer the weight, and then you put them part 1 to part 2 together and then practice them. It's important to know that, don't jump. When you jump lesson by lesson, try to be doing quick fix. It's not going to work. I see you on to lesson 3. In this lesson now, you're selecting is lesson 3 or part 3. On this particular one here, I will continue to go through what I left you on part 2, so you know exactly where you are when you practice. As you remember, where I left you is here, okay? This camel here, I left you here. Now from here, I continue to go through, and then you can start to understanding where you're going and where I left you behind and where you join together. Now from here, you turn your fist and your hand and body and leg together like this. Okay? So when you're here, you turn and then step forward and the fist coming down and body turn and push. As soon as you've done that, the feet step out and then you punch like this. Okay? As soon as you've done that, hand out like this and push. And bring the hand in here and then bring the hand back like this in that position. Now when you're in that position, that feet out and then push. Now, done that. Now when you're here already, turn your hand like this. And then this feet from here, like that. See here, like that. Turn. And then your body turn in that position here. Now when you're in that position, change your hand and go like that. That's where you started from. Now from here, turn your hand and back like that. And then push from here. And then feet step back. And then turn your hand again. And then push. Like that. Now when you've done that second one, bring your hand into like the job. Bring the feet in together here. Turn your hand up. And your feet coming out like that. And then push. And that's where we left you now, here, okay, on this part. So remember the hand here and here. On this particular part here, it's important that you're understanding how to use. I'm using this line here so you can see more from this angle. Now, remember, that's where I left you, okay? Now on this here, you got to remember, you turn your fist, your hand together, turn. Okay. Now when you turn here, the hand coming out like that. And then your hand push out and step forward and then punch. Now when you see when I'm punching, it's away here, not too close like that, away like this, yeah? So you're here. Now when you've done that already, this hand like that, bring it in and then push out like that. Again, shoulder whip from here. Turn your body in that position so you're in a whole stand, okay? Bring your hand in here. Like that. And when you done that, feet coming out and then push like that. Okay, when you're in that here again, you can see hand in hand here, not over lean, and the hand is like you're holding a baby in your hand, back always straight. Bring the feet in, turn the hand like this, and then from here your feet come out like that. Yeah, and then your body turn. So your hand is here and your hand is here. Okay, that's where you are. Bring the feet back like this. And then your hand back to that position. Okay? Now when you've done that, turn your body, keep your hand straight like that, then turn, then push. And then you turn this hand out like that again. You do exactly the same, you push. Okay? Bring this hand in, and then this hand coming back like that, and feet coming out, and the body turn like this. And that's where we left you. Okay? The hand must be in the center here. Okay? And then back. It is important to know where the hand is when you push. If you push the hand further out like that, not in the center of you, when you're pushing somebody, you cannot push them because you're not in the line you're supposed to push them. So when you push, must be in the center of you. The hand must be here, so it's like you're blocking something, you're doing something to yourself. The idea of the Tai Chi side is we're not like same as any other one. When you do the Tai Chi, when you put the hand in a weird position and put your hand, your feet in a silly movement like that, we don't do anything like that. The idea is that Tai Chi side is in a long time, 100 years ago, people designed it for the fighting side. Okay, so the movement is look like you're doing something. It look like they represent the form, represent the leg, the hand, the position of your body, the body of the hand, so like you're doing something, hand here, okay? So that's where you turn your body, feet out like that, and when you push. So it's important to know that the aspect and the principle of the Tai Chi side is for health side. When you put your hand here, nice and relaxed, it's not like you tense your hand or anything. Just nice and relaxed, and when you put your hand, nice and relaxed, when you push your hand like this, okay? Very, very relaxed, and that's what Tai Chi designed for this century you're using for health and for combat. It's up to you. But if you need to use it one day and somebody hit you, your hand like this, you can able to doing something to it. Okay, that's the important part about the Tai Chi training. Not like you're doing it and when you're using it or want to do something to it, you don't know what's happening. So the hand here build, you get your shoulder, the arm is strong, and hand here to get used to pushing from here. So when you're pushing something, you know exactly how to push them and do them properly. I'll continue to go through that and how we do them, so you know exactly how to do it when you practice with it. As you remember, we're in that position here now, okay? Now when you're here, turn your hand and fist out. Turn your body and step forward and punch. Bring the hand into here and push. Remember to breathe in and out when you're doing them properly. Bring your hand into here and feet coming out. Turn your hand and feet like that together. Make sure the feet is turned and your body turn. Bring your back here and then drop. Turn your hand and then push. Same at this side and push. Bring your hand in here, feet like this, and then turn and then push. Okay, now that's where we are. Remember, don't over lean like that. Back must be straight, hand into here. And that is how you're doing this particular exercise on this part. Again, try to practice as much as you can and try to make your movement more smoothly when you're doing them. Otherwise, you will have problem with moving around. The feet must be quite strong so you can control your weight, where to move. And that's what's important about the Tai Chi training. I see you on to your next lesson. On this part you're selecting now is on the part 4 or lesson 4 on the Yang Tai Chi form. I assuming you're already learning part 1 and part 2 and part 3 already, then you came on this part. Otherwise, you will have problem with learning. As you remember on part 3, I left you behind and the hand like this, okay? Now what I do is I continue to go through that where I left you behind and then you know exactly where you are. As part 3, your hand is here where you are, I left you. Make sure they're in line and hand like this, back straight. When you've done that, lift your feet up like this and bring your hand in like that, okay? Before you stick out, so hand in that position here, and when your feet come out, your hand like this, see up together, let's say turn. See, you see how that works. So let me show you once more on this particular movement again. So your hand is here, your feet coming out like this. As soon as you turn up, this hand's actually turn and this hand start to push from here together. So that's where you are on that one there. Next, bring your hand into here again and then change that position to here, okay, on this one here. Feet coming out like that, grab and then pull like this. Again, it's like holding a baby in your hand. Bring the feet back here, turn this hand here and you change that position here again, on here. Then the same thing again, feet coming out and hand like this, okay. Bring the feet in again and then body turn. And your hand like this, up, like that, okay? And then come out, then back like that. And then come back like that, that's 1, okay? Do exactly same again, feet coming out on the hand like this, up, and then back like this, 2, and then hand out, and then back like that, and it's free. When you come in here, turn your hand into this, okay? Your hand like this, turn into here, feet come out, and then hand here. And that's where we left you now on this particular part. It's important to know when you started doing the hand, the waving hand. Now when you're doing a waving hand, it's like have your hand up like this, feet come out like that, and then hand here. Okay, I'll show you here so it's quite easy for you to see what's going on. Hand like this, okay, up and down like that. So lift the hand and turn, up like this, and back like that. Okay, and out like that, and then back. Okay, and that's important when you done that particular one. Make sure that all the movement they've got to go together. Otherwise, when you start to work, you will have problem with moving your body around. If you don't understand where the hand is very naturally come up like this. Just naturally come up and naturally come down like this. Just nice and relaxed, yeah? Don't need to tense, don't need to go like this, curve the hand. Just nice and relaxed up. So when you're turning, when you come up, go up like this. Nice and relaxed, and then down. Okay, and then hand turn, straight like this. Tilt your body. Okay, very, very simple. I already explained a lot of that already on the exercise, already on that. And the second thing you need to understand as well is this particular one we just mentioned on that hand here. The body and hand must be turned together when you're doing them, and back must be straight. Like you're pushing, yeah? And then same thing at this side, okay? And then feet coming out, and then turn, like that, okay? That's important. Lift the feet up, and then turn your hand, Okay, that's very, very good exercise to learning and understanding where your body, okay, when you're doing that particular movement there. Important as well, when you started doing the third one, when your hand like this, that one here, you make sure your hand is must be turned, like you hit and then the hand is in front of you, for instance, turn your hand and you change your position. That sort of idea let you understanding. If you understand the principle or the how they move, when you're doing the form become more easier, it helps you along. So when you come in here, lift the feet and hand and then turn together. So then you in that position again. Curve your hand, leg, hand here, and then feet out again, and then you do that position. Okay, that's important. When you start to work with this exercise on all this, try to as much as you can again. More basic training you've done, more body control, the better they are. Otherwise, you will have problem with moving your body, because when you get there, your leg starts shaking because your leg is not strong enough. The whole idea of training in Tai Chi size help you get your ankle strong, then get your knees strong, get your hips strong, and get your waist, and then your hand, and then your mind. That's the whole idea of the Tai Chi. It's built up gradually, stage by stage. So when you do the exercise, help you all your leg, and when you do the form, help all the movement join together. And when you're understanding all of them, then you start to understanding how the mind works, how they can meditate, how they can breathe, how can you do the form, and without thinking about emptiness in you. And that's important about the Tai Chi training. I see you on to the next lesson. On this part here, you're slacking the moment, it's on a part 5. I'll continue to go through what I left you behind on part 4, so you know exactly how to practice when you start to practice with it. As you remember, on the part 4, I left you here. Okay? Now on here, I continue to go through the part and I left you, so you know exactly how to do them when you practice with it. Bring your hand in like that, and the feet coming inside, and the back, the weight transfer to back leg, and hand from here, push from the shoulder. When you've done this, feet coming out, like that, grab, and start to pull when your hand into here. When you finish it already, bring your feet up like this and hand like this. So when you can lean forward to the movement, okay, like that. Bring your feet up and then start to kick and that. When you've done that particular movement, bring your feet into here and then hand out here. Okay? Now when you've done that already, again, bring the feet in, lift your toe up, turn, and your hand in that position like this. Up and then kick out like that again. Okay? When you've done that, turn your body into that position here. Do exactly the same again, up and then kick out like that. Okay? When you've done the last bit already, turn your hand into here and then go like that. And that's where you finish on that particular part there. When you're understanding how to move your body, like I say already, it doesn't matter if you cannot kick that high. If you cannot kick that high, you can kick that lower, doesn't matter, provided your body is balanced. For example, when you get to here, grab the feet in and hand like this, and then hand out like that. That's fine, okay? You don't need to be kick high, that's fine. And exactly the same way as you do in this size, okay? Here, bring the feet up and hand together and hand like that. Now when you hand out that, make sure the hand out and the feet like this, okay? And back straight when you do that. Turn your body as you twist like this, okay? And then do exactly the same again when you come up, like this, yeah? Now, when you start to work with this out, don't kick too fast. When you come up, just nice and slowly, and push hand out like that. When you do that, hand out when you do them, okay? Bring your hand in here, and then you come back in that position, hand back at that, back straight, hand into here. And that's how you practice with that particular one there. Important to understanding is a turn, and the balance, and the control your body weight. For example, when you come in here, turn your body and feet come back and then push. The weight must be in the back leg. If the weight not in the back leg, you cannot push from here. Okay, that's important. I'll show you how we really do them here. So when you practice, you know exactly how to do them. That's where you are. Bring the hand up like this, then bring the feet in, and then push. Hand out. Grab. And then kick. Bring the feet in. And then out. Bring the hand into here. Up. And then kick. Turn your body. Bring the feet up. And then kick. Bring the feet in and hand together like this. And that's where you are, here. Try to practice as much as you can on that particular exercise. And when you start to understanding them, you can move on to the next exercise. I see you on to the next lesson. In this part now, just select in a moment, it's on the part 6. On this part here, I continue to go through what I left you behind on the part 5. On the part 5, you remember you're doing the kick on part 5, yeah? Like I already mentioned to you already. If you can kick that high and balance, that's fine. If you can't, then that's fine. Okay, provided your hand is out and your leg is in, body is in balance, that's fine. If you can't, then higher. Doesn't really matter. Okay, that's not that important. The idea of it is how to control your weight and body around. I left you behind on this particular movement. I will show you and continue to go through that again so you know. As you remember, on that part 5 I left you is here. Now from here, okay, you bring your hand up and hand in like that. Okay, feet coming out here and turn this hand to the push, like that. Okay, so that in that position. When you've done that, bring the feet in and hand in that position here. Crunch your fists in and feet coming out like that, and then go like this. Out. Bring the leg back here and then turn to the job. And then open the hand out like that. Feet out again here. Then go into this position like that. When you're here, turn your hand, then come up like this. Yeah, so like you're crossing the hand and then up that. Now when you're doing that particular movement here, try to kick with the feet alone, not too much of your back. So up like that, like that. So if you can't kick that high, that's fine, provided you keep your back straight. Okay? Here, drop the feet back here, then body turn, and then you're in that position here, like this. Back straight and here, and that's where we're going to leave you now. In that position here. The idea of it is you got to understanding is the way your body move. If you're understanding where your body move and how you can control your weight, it's become quite easy for you to move around. Otherwise, you will find problem and difficulty of get your body and understand. Let me show you that particular movement again so you know on this angle here. Now when you come out, your hand is here already. Okay? Turn your hand up here and then feet out and push when you're in that position like this. When you've done that, bring your hand into here. Make sure your hand is turned to the fist. The fist, okay? Turn to the fist and then out like this. Like you're hitting. Make sure you can't come out, the waist come together. Okay? Then turn and then drop. Okay? When you've done that, feet coming out like this. And when you've done that already, coming in, up and across the hand like this. Okay? And then when you come out, like this. Okay, that's important. When you come in and like this. Yeah? Like that, together as you come out. Then step, then put the elbow in. Okay? So when you start to come into the hit with the arm, the punch side on here, it's using your waist and come out. When you hit them with this part. When you go wang, then drop, then grab, then hit, then grab, then kick. Okay, that's the important. The idea is give you the lining and understanding what it's all about. When you start understanding what it's all about, then it's up to you how to practice with it. Like I say already on this particular kick there, in a yang style, it's only 2 fast kick. Okay, that one and got 1 more knee to the end. Now on this one, you come up, you can't kick that high, like that. That's fine. Okay, don't need to be here. That's fine when you do them. Okay, provide you it's in balance. I show you how we really do them. So when you practice with it, you know how to do it. In that position here, up, push, turn, bring your hand into here, fist out, back like this, turn, and then here. Feet coming out, hand coming up, and then grab, then kick. Chop your feet back here, body turn, and then turn, and that in that position. And that's where we're going to leave you on this particular exercise here. The most important thing is you have to practice as I left you and then go through them. Otherwise you will got problem with the different sizes you're in. If you're in a different angle already, when you start to do the form, you'll be in the wrong way. So it's important to know where I left you and continue to practice on that particular angle there. I see you on to the next lesson. On this part here, you're selecting now, it's on a part 7. We got one more to go, then we're going to finish. I'm assuming you already done all the part already before you jump in this particular lesson. Now, if you already get in that this particular part and you're training and get to here, your standard of your Tai Chi movement is up to very good standard already. So from here, I will continue to go through what I left you on a part 6, so you know exactly where you are. As you remember, on the part 6, I'm doing the kick, and then I turn my body here. Okay. Now when you turn your body here, make sure the arm is in that position and elbows here, not here, here. Yeah, so like you turn your whole body, see, together here. When you done that, hand out like this, bring it into here, and then you do another one here, elbow like this. Okay. Same thing again, hand, elbow here. When you done that, change your position of your leg and drop your body down here, like that, and then come forward here, like this, up, in that position. Okay, like that, and then up. And when you come up, hand like this, go 1, then drop your feet down like this, and then up again, 2. Okay, now when you've done that already, drop your feet back, and then turn your hand here, and then punch out, push, and lean forward, like this, and then go like that, back, and push. And then bring your body in back in the center to hold flat here, and then come up, here. Okay, and then feet coming out, and then hand like that. That's where we're going to leave you on this position and in this angle here. Now the idea you got to understand is need to know where your body and how flexible you are. Now it's not that important if you can't go down. When it comes down here, you can from here, from this particular exercise here, you can come in from here, like that, in that position of leg, and then come up like that. That's fine. Okay, you don't need to go all the way down. Provide you can come up again. If you go down too low and you can't get up again, it's going to be worthless. So if you can, like from here, then drop your body right down here, then come up, here, then up. Okay, and then feet back like this, and then change like this, and then bring the feet into here, turn your hand to like the fist, then push, and then punch, and then go back into that position like this, and then push again, and then bring your hand into here, and then bring your hand back like that position here, and then out, and then push here. Okay, that's simple. And make sure again your back is straight, don't over lean like this, otherwise you have problem with when you're doing a movement on a combat side, because your body is not in line, you pull you out balance very easily. Okay, that's important. From here, I will show you how we exactly done them. When you practice with it, you know exactly how to do that. Now, when you're here already, turning your hand from here, the kick coming to here, yeah? So when you're here already here, now bring your hand in like this. Then turn your body an elbow. Okay, nice and slowly bring your body back and drop your body down here, and then forward in that position, and then go forward like this. Go 1, drop, 2, drop, turn your hand, fist out, and punch. Bring your hand into here and push. Bring your hand into here, and then come back, and then hand into here, and then push, And that's where we left you now in this particular movement here. Okay, and like I said already, in the Tai Chi side, they help you to get your joint and knee and leg strong. Because you get your legs that strong, then you can go down that low and do them. But if you cannot doing that low, does it really matter? Okay, you can do a bit higher, a little bit when you come to here. Like I say, we provide you understanding where your leg is moving. Okay, so when you leg it here, so you know where they are, then you're moving. I mentioned to you many times already. If you're doing all the exercise properly, it becomes easier for you to work. If you haven't done all the exercise, you will have problem with doing so. I see you on to our next lesson. On this part you select in a moment, or on the part A, is the last part of the Yang Tai Chi form now. Now, if you already get into this part here, I congratulate you that you already completed the Yang Tai Chi form. And assuming your Tai Chi is up to good standard. But if you jump and try to cheat and try to be quick fix and come to here, then I would you go back to the part 1 and start training, or go to do practice more into the exercise to get your body up to the standard. Otherwise you won't be able to do it. It's not about knowing, it's about can you really do it when you start to practice with it. And that's the important thing about our training. Okay, now as you remember on last part I left you is from here on this angle here. Okay, now you have the understanding is when you start from here. That's where I start. Okay, you got to understand that. And that's here, not on this angle and here. That's where I not start from here. On the part 1, if you go back and look at it, I start from this angle here. Okay, when I'm finished in a minute, I will finish here. Okay, so you know exactly where you are. Now where you are is here now. When you're in that position here, bring your hand in and fit. So get your body in that position, hand like this. Okay, leg in that position here, turn and then come up like this. So you're in that position like that. Come forward and then your hand here, fit like this, hand here. Bring the hand and fit back, and so you're in that position like this. Okay, bring your hand into here and then come back like that. Okay, here, turn your body round, so you're in that position, hand in that position, hand here. Okay, now when you get in that position, this leg flick up, then drop the feet out and then hand turn and then punch. So you're in that position like that. Now when you're in that position already, bring the hand into here again, bring the fist out like this, forward, punch, like that. Bring the hand into here and then push. Make sure the shoulder high. Always remember that. Then bring him forward here and finish. And that's where I start and that's where I finish. In the front here and here. As you look at the part 1, I start from here and body turn. Okay? And when I'm finished with part A, that's where I left you, in this part here. When you practice with that particular one, like I mentioned to you, it doesn't really matter if you cannot go that low. Now, for instance, in here, come up here, and then come back into here, okay? And then come out to here, and then turn your body like this, back here. That's fine. You don't need to go from here and drop your body right down to here, and then forward, in like this, and then into here. Okay, you don't need to do that. If your standard of your leg is not strong enough, it takes time to build, okay? So when you start understanding this, it's become easier when you start practice with it. Another thing is important as well, when you start to practice with a kick, yeah, the hand here, make sure the feet lift alone. Now if you cannot kick that high, doesn't matter, that's fine, okay? Keep your back straight and hand in here like that, that's fine. If you can, then kick up like that and then change your body and then punch, and that's important. The idea, like I mentioned to you already, is this for health side of it. The health aspect of the Tai Chi side went to the Yang. That's why the movement is quite big, okay? And it's why it's so big, it gets your flow of your energy, and it's the flow of your blood pumping around. So when you practice with this, it's helping you all the minor illnesses like you got knee problem, joint problem, Your back problem, for instance, because you see all the movement, some of them are coming down. My back slightly bent, lean down because I need to go down that way. Otherwise, when I'm moving around on the movement, my back always straight. And that's what Tai Chi helps you to get your back and your posture of your body straight as you're moving in line. And that's important. Otherwise, you will have problem when you start to practice with it. The idea when you finish them all is learning, understanding, link them all together, one by one, lesson by lesson, when you've done them well. And then you link them in. When you start to link them in together, then you start to practice the whole form. When you've done the whole form, your mind should be empty, okay? You shouldn't be thinking of anything. You should be flow with the movement and let it flow as you're moving around. And that's when you can understand the joint quality of the Tai Chi side, understanding the way your body moves and your mind is empty, and that's when you get your body the benefit of the Tai Chi. Otherwise, you will have problem if you don't understand it and you start to try to jump into lesson and learn and try to be quick fix, and you won't be able to learn. No such a thing as quick fix. When you finish the training with us and understanding this particular training, you know when you're doing the movement, people can identify that, oh, you look like you're doing something. The posture of the leg, the posture of the leg, and where you go down, where you're moving, turning your body, for instance, land. So the posture there, people can identify, oh, this guy doing Tai Chi. If you haven't understanding and have the posture and the movement of the leg and kick, people don't understanding what you're doing at all. And what's the point of learning something people don't know what is it, or I can't identify what is it, and that's important. I show you how we really do them here, so when you practice, you know how to do it. When you're in here now, I will show you how exactly where they're coming from now. When you're here, bring your body back in that position like this. Okay, drop your body down and then come up. When you come up, bring your hand into here. Turn your body back like this. Turn your hand. Bring your hand into here like that. Turn your hand back and body turn. So you make sure you're in that position, your hand like this. Kick. Then bring your hand into here. Bring your hand back. Turn, go forward. Bring your hand into here. And then push. Back into here like this. And that's where you finish. When you practice with this particular movement, like I mentioned that one there, here, the hand must be here, not like this, hand here, hand got to be here, yeah, flick. When you kick, yeah, make sure you flick. When you kick, flick. That's a too fast one, as you remember, one is this one, okay, another one is this one, flick, from here, flick, when you kick, okay, from here, flick. If you practice and get into this part already and finish, you already completed the Yang Tai Chi form. Now, if you understanding whole Tai Chi already, you can link them in and start to put them in action together, okay? And then you got a problem with this. The best thing to do when you're doing that is look at the full form and then put them in, and then you know exactly which level you're in, where you are, which angle you're facing, and where you're moving your body, okay? And that's important. I want to remind you is when you practice and understanding this, it's a promoting for the health side of the Tai Chi. Now, when you're doing that and understanding, you want to learn a little bit of combat side, then you can look at into the application side. How you're moving your body is how you're going to hit or how you're going to push, and that's important about the Tai Chi. Learning two things. Learning for internal and external. Internal is you practice and breathing and learning Tai Chi, get your flow in the movement. Okay, if you're not understanding that, you have problem with moving your body around. When you start to moving your body around, you know how the flow of the hand, where there are the flow of the movement, okay, the blood flow. And when you start to moving, a lot of that helping your joint of your body, for instance, and your body, joint of your body. Where you understand the joint of your body, you know what it done for the knee, shin, and the waist. And gradually, they help you to get your better health, okay? Now that is important. I finished now on the foam now, and I finished on this part now, on here on the Yang Tai size now. When you practice with this, try to remember that, do it as best as you can. I will see you on the next DVD onto the Tai Chi side. In this part of the DVD, you select in a moment is on a Chen style Tai Chi. On this particular Chen style Tai Chi have 8 parts. On each part, I will guide you along slowly, one part at a time, so you can understanding what I try to do and how I'm going to teach you. The most important thing is you got to understand is when you start, I start here, and that's the background. Okay, that's most important. Not on this camera, not here. Okay, so when I'm finished, I should be finished here. In the 8 part, I will be here. Okay, that's when I start on the part 1. In the part 8, when I finish, I will be here. I try my best to teach you step by step so you can see how I'm going to do them. Now, if you're ready now, let's start together. Feet and hand here together like this. Nicely coming out like that. And then drop your hand slowly down like this. Okay, and up. When you come up halfway, turn this hand down like this. And then turn this hand coming out. And turn your body back in center, so you're in that position like this. Okay? When you're in that position, turn this hand down, and then this hand, change your body here. That's where you are, here. Okay? Now, when you're in that position, your legs slightly tilt like this, and hand like that, like your hand is here. When you've done that, turn this hand over, from here, over, and then turn across to here. When you turn across to here, make sure you bring the toe point upward, the hand is here, okay? Now when you've done that already, forward, and then bring the hand into here, feet coming out like this, and this hand coming out as this hand coming up, okay, like this, here. Make sure you land in here. As soon as you land here, bring your hand up, that turn to the face, hit down once, and bring the feet up like that, and then down twice, okay? And make sure you land yourself, hand into here, and the back straight, leg and hold stand here. Now when you've done that, this hand turn like this. So your hand is here, and then bring your hand down like this, and this hand come out, and this side. Okay? Now when at this side, you look at this side, as you coming in, this hand turn, and this hand come out like that. Here. Okay? Now soon you've done that, like the hand here to stop it and in line, bring this hand out like that, and then bring the feet up as you pulling up like 1. Then do it 1 more round, back like this, then bring the hand up like that. So you're in that position here. Okay, the hand like this. Turn your body back in this position from the shoulder and then push out. Okay. Now when you push out here already, turn your hand out like this. Yeah, and then back. Bring the hand in here and then come out. Make sure you land like this, that position, hand here. Feet coming out. First like this, right in this leg. Transfer the hand over as the hand come over. Back. And then go like this. And that's where you are. And that's I'm gonna left you here. On this. The idea of this particular one here, as you practice, make sure your leg and your hand have to coordinate together. Okay, the way your hand move. If you're not coordinate together, you will have problem with moving your body around. Let me show that one again so you can see the idea what we're trying to tell you. Now, when you come out from here and come down, the idea is when you come down, you got to turn your body and the hand out like that. That's the idea, yeah? When you turn out like that, as you look at this camera, you can see I'm in a straight line here. The hand is here. Don't lean forward and don't bend. Hand here. As you've done that, this hand from here must be turned together. And then hand across that, just drop somewhere in the throat. Okay? Now, soon you've done that, this hand here got to change again. And then go back into here. And then forward the feet. And then out, the hand down. And then forward. Like this. As soon as you've done that, the hand come up like this. And then down. And then up again, and then down. Okay, now when you've done that particular movement already, hand come out like that. Yeah, hand come out like that. And look where you are. To changing this side, you're going this way. Yeah, and hand out. Bring the feet up, and then back. Hand out like that again. Then bring, and then turn. You in that position. Turn your body. From here, then push. Turn this hand once, turn again, 2, feet come out, back, back, here, and then coming out. Okay, very, very simple movement. As you see, the idea is if you practice already on the exercise a lot, then become quite easy when you practice with this. If you haven't done the exercise very well, then you go back and practice more on exercise so you can move your body and the way your hand move. I showed you here exactly how I do them, so you know exactly how you practice when you start to practice with it. Feet out like that, and hand up, and down. And that is how you done this particular part here. Okay? Try to practice as much as you can, and then when you get the understanding, then you can move on to next part. Otherwise, you will have problem. I will see you on the next lesson. On this part of the DVD you're selecting at the moment is on the Chen style part 2 at the moment. On this part, I continue to go through what I left you behind on the part 1. As you remember, I left you here. Hand like this, here, okay? Now from here, what we're gonna do is continue to go through that so you know exactly where I left you. From here, turn this hand open, then push. 1, then this hand turn. As you turn, your body turn together, yeah? Turn 1, and then this hand coming back, this hand come out, 2, like that. As that coming in, turn your body back here, and turn that to the fist, and turn that to the fist, and go like that. Okay? Now when you're doing that, make sure you on like so you can see in this camera, not over lean like this, yeah? Must be in line like this. and lower start body like this. Then turn your hand from here, in this position, turn to here. From here, turn, back, and then hit. Use your waist to hit. Drop your body down like this. Okay, and then jump from here, turn, here. When you're in that position here, this hand coming over, yeah, like this, and then this hand come across like that. Then coming inside, then using the fist block, hit, okay? When you done that, turn your hand into here, step forward like that, then hand up like this, in that position. When you're in that position, change the leg to here, then coming down, push. 1, then turn your body back, then turn your body on the waist to get drop, like that. Then back, and then out. And that is where we're going to leave you on this part. Okay, now when you practice with this particular one here, is a few things you got to concentrate on. It's the punch from the waist. Everything when you turn your hand, got to be from the waist, like that, okay? That's important. And second is a jump one. When you're here, you jump, okay? You got to make sure that where you turn your leg here, up, then change, like that, okay? As you do so, your leg and hand work together, like that. And then you're coming down, and then you punch. Now when you start the punching, when you're down here, your waist body turn like this, then hit, like that, yeah? Must be together when you start come out to hit, and that's very important. Other thing, when you're doing the movement, it's important as well, when you got to make sure the timing of the hand must be right. 1, 2, 3, drop, turn, back, turn, yeah? Now if you go back like this and your leg is not back here yet, you cannot flick it out, okay? If you're back here and your leg here, you go like that, you only flick out with your hand, not the whole body and the waist. And that's what Chen style consists of. It's a lot to do with waist, hand, and body coordinate together, okay? That's so important about it. When you start to moving the hand, when you're coming from here, like that, fit together a bit, then step forward, then this hand from here, turn, like that, okay? So you turn the hand like that, out. Then you start changing like, then you come down like that, together with the waist, yeah? Together with the waist, down, then out, now, in that position, then back, then out. Again, the feet work must be work together as well. Otherwise, it's going to be no use. I showed you here how we're exactly doing them, so when you practice with them, you know exactly what to do. That's where you start here, okay? When you're in this position now, hand, turn, and that's where we're going to leave you now, here, okay? Now when you start to practice, the most important thing is you got to understand it one part at a time. If you have problem with it, you got to do it over and over again to when you understand it before you move on to next one. Otherwise, you will have problem with learning each part. Now like I mentioned to you already, don't jump lesson by lesson. Just do them one lesson at a time before you start to move on. Otherwise, you won't understanding where to move, how to move. The most important thing as well is the exercise. As I mentioned to you many times, have to practice them and understand them. I will see you on to the next lesson. On this part of the DVD you select now is on a Chen style part 3. On this particular part, I continue to go through what I left you behind on part 2, so you know exactly where I left you. Now, like I say already, I try my best to guide you along step by step, so you know exactly where you are. I point out what is necessary or it's quite important that you need to know and then you start to practice much as you can on them. As you remember, on the part to I left you is here. Okay? Now on this particular part here, as on this camera you can see, I continue to go from here now, so you know where we are. From here, drop your hand into here like this, okay, and then out. Then bring the feet to hand together like this. Then up, then turn your hand like that, okay, in that position. Drop your hand, feet and hand down together, and then hand out like that. Okay, as soon as you've done that, bring the feet up, hand into here, and then come out like that. Now when you come out like that, then come over like this, and this hand coming down, up, 1, 2, change the feet like this, up, change, yeah, from here, down, 1, over the hand to here, then turn it to the face here, bring this hand over like a 1, then 2 here, and then from here, bring your body in together there, and then punch, fast, like that, and then turn your leg together, okay? When you've done that, turn that to the block, 1 block, 2 block, like this. Drop your body down like that, and then elbow, 1, back, down, hit, 2, finger, and hit. And then when you've done that, turn this hand up, change the body, 1, down, 2, hand down here. Now when you've done that, this hand coming out, and then like this, okay? That is where we're going to left you on this part. Now it's feel the movement inside there is quite complicated. So I will point out which one, then you can understand, and then you start to practice them as you're moving along. Now, as you remember, when you come on this part here, on this part, okay? Now when you're coming in from here, hand out like this. This hand could be 1, 2, like this, yeah? So coming out like that, let's go 1, 2, then keep the feet up like that, and change. Then down like this, yeah? And then coming over, okay? And then hit like that, yeah? So if you're coming out here and then go back, for instance, then you work exactly the same, 1, 2, like that, yeah? That's the basic one you've done just now. As you come in here already, then turn your hand like that, 1, and then 2, then back into here, squeeze your body down, that's when you generate power, punch, here, yeah? Then turn your hand, 1, 2, yeah? When you've done that, turn your body like this and block, down, elbow, leg in up with the elbow. It's coming in, so it's like, so imagine somebody punch you, block, hit, to kidney, hit, strike, here, finger, strike, leg in that position, yeah? Then strike back, here again. When you've done that, turn your body, 1, 2, here, yeah? When in that position, where you jump, back strike, hand here, okay? And that is important. It's the way your feet move. Now when you came into the last bit there already, yeah, it's the feet together up. The hand and feet together, pick that one up, turn, change, and then start to change this side. Okay, that's important. You need to understand the changing of the leg and hand. Otherwise, you don't know where you place your body. To move your body around, you need to know where the weight and how to pull the punch out. If you don't know where to pull the weight of your body, it's difficult for you to punch. For example, if you get into that position already, and then you're coming down from here, go block 1 and 2, and you not squeeze your body down, you can't come back to elbow. See, you can't come back to elbow. Now if you can't come back to elbow, then it's difficult for you to come back here using your weight to hit. Yeah, so to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if you want to break it now like that. But when you're doing it fluidly together, it's going to be slightly different. You've got to exactly use the same principle of it. So when you punch out, you go 1 and 2, then turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's important. Then turn your body over. When you practice with it, try to practice as much as you can and learn how to transfer the weight from one to another. Otherwise, it's difficult for you to put any power in when you do that particular movement. To doing that technique there as the hand, it feels thing is quite complicated. It's this particular one there. When you come into here already, as soon as the hand here down go over, turn this hand like this, yeah. Okay, and back like that. That's need to practice. Okay, so you see when you go back, you do exactly the same, like that, yeah. That's quite complicated. And then another one quite complicated as well is that one. When you punch, 1, 2, then turn your body down with this 1, see? From here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's complicated. And then turn, change your leg. You change, yeah, both sides like that. So step together, and then you jump. When you jump, yeah, you jump from this position, like that, and like Y when you're coming out. And that's how you practice on that particular one there. I show you how we really do them. So when you practice, you know how to do it. On this angle here, hand is in that position here, okay? When you're ready, I show you how we really do them. Turn. And that's where we leave you on this part. As you need to understand is on chin style, when you need to be fast, you need to be fast. Or when you need to be slow, you need to be slow. And that's important, okay? So what you can see when I do them, when I move the hand, when I need to be slow, it got to be slow. And when you need to be fast, it need to be fast. I will see you on to the next lesson. This part of the DVD you select now is on the part 4 of Gen style Tai Chi. On this part, I am assuming that you already done part 1, part 2, part 3 already before you come on this part. Otherwise, when you come on this part, you haven't got a clue what's going on. If you're training and get to this part, that's be fine. If you want to go in this part and try to be quick fix, and I would you go back to part 1, training to when you understand them, then move on to next part. I designed this program especially for you to make you learning each part at a time. Don't need to rush. Take your time and start to study one part as you are moving on each one you're moving. Now as you remember, last part, that's where I'm going to leave you, here, okay, on this position. Now I continue to go full from here so you know exactly where I left you, so you know where to start and where you end up yourself. Hand here like this. Turn your body and hand together. Then turn your back of your fist coming out and then hand like this, yeah, in that position. When you've done that, drop the feet down and this hand down, like this. Turn your hand in there, go 1, drop. And then turn this hand here, again, 2, drop. Then bring your body back like this, and then punch, out like that. When you're in that position, bring this hand, relax and bring it down, slowly down. Turn your body this way and then force your hand out like that. So you're in that line, in that position here, yeah? When you're in that position, turn this hand out like that and then go like this. Turn your leg and hand together. So you're in this position like that now. When you've done that, turn your back, out like this, from the shoulder, then push. When you've done that, turn your hand, 1, back into here, and then 2. Feet up like this, and then out. 1, and back, and then 2. That is where we're going to leave you now here, this part like this, yeah? On this particular part, it's not too difficult because you just repeat yourself twice. You've done once of that already, and then a couple of that already on the first part. So when they come into here, it's quite easier because they repeat themselves on a similar movement, okay? The way you move is slightly different, but it's similar movement. So if you can done the first 2 parts already, it's going to be quite easy for you. The important thing to remember on this is when you're out here already, you have to turn it fast. That's where, when you be fast, yeah, fast. Then drop, then slow. 1 and 2, slow. Then punch, have to punch from here, out. That's got to be fast. Then slow, then out, slow. Then slow up, then slow up. Then slow, 1, 2, slow. Leg out, out. 1, back, and then out, slow. Okay, that need to be slow. That one fast and then slow. And that's where you're doing your thing. The idea is, when you need to be slow, it's slow, and when you need to be fast, it's fast. Okay? Now let me show you on this angle here, that one, so you can see where you are. So you're here. When you're in here ready, your hand must be like this. Like that, yeah, in that line. So you're here, turn, and then like that, basically. So you're here, turn, then turn that to the fist, and that back fist like that down, and make sure in line with the feet. Okay? So hand here, go one, like that. Then drop the feet down, then hand, like that. So you go 1, 2, then back. Now this time here, yeah, you need to make sure the power come from here. Punch. Now, yeah. Then down. Then out like that. So you see in line. Don't overlean your leg. Hand like this. Yeah. Turn from here up, and then up like that. That in line. Turn, then push down. Okay. That's important when you do that. When you're turning that sort of movement like this, must be in line, the leg must be slightly wide, so you know exactly where you are. The position here, you're coming in, must be in this position like this, and the hand must be together with the feet. Okay, and that's important. I'll show you here how we really do them, and then when you practice, you know how to do it. Put your hands here, then come up. Then push. And that's where we're going to leave you now, in this part here. Okay? Try to practice as much as you can, and try to do them properly before you move on to the next part. Otherwise, you will have problem. I will see you on to the next lesson. On this part of the DVD you select now is on the part 5 of Zen style Tai Chi. On this particular part here, I continue to go through what I left you behind on the part 4, so you know exactly how to practice. Like I say again, I tried my best to show you what it need to know, and then you need to practice with it. It's very difficult for me to teach you through the TV like this, because you have to understand them how to work first and do all the basic stuff, and then when you come and look at how I do them, then you know how to move and where your body are. And the most important thing about the Zen style is a lot of power you got to put in a certain place. You turn your body, and that's what's so unique about the Zen style. As you remember, on the part 4 I left you, on this part here, we continue to go through what I left you behind again on that part. As you remember here, that's where you are, okay? On the part 4 here. Now we continue on this part now, so you know where you are. Now from here, you turn your hand like this, out, and then come out like that, okay? Then bring the hand 1, back, then 2, and when you done this, hand drop 1, 2, 3, out like that. Okay, then turn your body back this way. Yeah, when you done that, the feet out 1, 2, and 3, back into center like this. Okay, when you done that, turn your body side like this on, back, out, then push. And that's where we're going to leave you now, here. Okay, now certain part of this is quite complicated, so let me guide you along slowly so you know where everything is. On this particular part, you start when your hand, okay, here, you got to make sure you push. You then have 1, back, 2, your hand like this. Must be that fast, but because when you doing them, you don't understand, so we go slowly with you. So when you go 1, 2, back, then from here, feet up, then from here out with a drop, got the turn of drop, and then from here turn, so your hand in that position. That's 1 already, back, and that's 2, back, and that's free. Free of that side, on that side like that. Then you back in the center like this. Yeah? And then hand like that, back straight, okay? Turn your body in this line, back like this. Then from here, push. Okay? And that's important. You need to understand that. The most important thing when it starts to work is the speed, when it needs to be fast with the hand movement. When you need to be slow, you need to be slow. But the idea of the hand must be emphasize something. If you're not moving your hands like that around, you can't generate any power or any movement of the body, okay? So let me show you here so you know. When you start to hand, go back, 1, back, yeah? Then you turn, 1, 2, 3. Now, on the hand. Now, when you start to turn the hand, you make sure to turn it up when you're coming in, yeah? Boom. Turn it up, boom, like that. When you come out, like that, then you turn back, okay? When you turn. Now, the idea is when you start to work, is the hand bit when you start moving, 1, 2, 3, and then back like that, yeah? Hand like that back, so the grab, throw, okay? So to make sure the movement of your waist, your body must be generated together when you're doing so. When you're doing the turn bit on here, you have like that, hand like this, fit back together, 1, turn like this, yeah? Then back like this, then turn like this, okay? So if you go back this way, it's the same, back, 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 like that, okay? That's how you practice that particular one there. When you start to make the move on the hand, must be coordinated together. Okay, so when it's done once, so if you start to finish one already, for example, you hear already, this hand must be in and then push. Yeah, then it have 1, 2, then come back 1, and then 2. Boom. Now, then turn, then back 1, and then back. Okay, so when you start to move, make sure you move that way. Okay, otherwise you don't know which way your body are. If you got problem with each one, try to practice one at a time first, slowly. On first bit, for example, if you come and just practice this particular one, 1, 2, coming back, hand like this. Yeah, so just practice with 1, 2, back, hand like this. Just practice that particular one first, so to get used to the idea. So go 1, 2, back like that, hand like this first. Then when you do that, you put some speed into the movement on it. Then they come up 1, 2, back, hand like that. Yeah. So they come out 1, 2, hand like that. And that's how you practice with that one in speed. Otherwise, you won't get the movement in that you want. Then you can't turn your body. Okay. So that's important. I showed you here how we do them. So when you practice with it, you know what to do. Hand out like this position. That's where we're going to leave you here on this part. Try to practice as much as you can before you start to move it on. If you have problem, go back to this part and do it over again. So when you're sure, then you move on to next part. I will see you on to the next lesson. On this part of the DVD you're selecting at the moment is on the part 6 of Gen style Tai Chi. I assuming you already done all the part already before you come into here. Otherwise, you don't know what you're doing. So if you haven't done all the part yet, go back and practice before you come on this part. Now, if you already remember on the part 5 where I left you here, hand like this. Okay? Now on this part, I continue to go through this part so you know exactly where I left you and how you train. Now from here, this leg coming back, on this side here, leg come back, then bring this hand over like this, then bring it in like this. Your hand up position, okay? Turn your body, make sure you're using, from here, using the waist and push, like that, okay? And then back again, then waist and push, like that, okay? When it done that, feet coming out, this body here from here turn and then down that, up. When it done that, again, waist and push, and then back again, waist and push. Okay, now when it done that, feet step back like this from here, step the feet back, this hand turn, and then this hand from here go to the throat, like that, hand here. Okay, when it done that, this hand must be turned together as the feet turn, yeah, well you can't change your body, back, here, done that, hand over like this, change, then back like that, 1, 2, lower your body down like this, hit, then bring the feet and hand together, up, so that you're in that position here, forward, and that's where we left you now on this part. Okay, few things is very important that you get your body right. Is the hand and the push. Okay, now when you start to practice with this particular movement here, when you get the hand, must be in that position and then turn your body out and push. Yeah, yeah, back, push, then back, then push, then back, then push. Now, try to practice as much as you can on that particular one. See if you can generate any power as you do them. Okay? If you start to push the hand alone, it's no use. So that's important to practice that. Now when you've done the last bit already on that, okay, then you turn this hand back into here. Then make sure like you can grab, like you turn and grab hold somebody, then down, slam them down. Yeah? So let's slam, then from there then pick up again, then push, out, 1, out, 2, yeah? Now when you've done that particular movement, 2 of that already, the idea is trying to strike them, 1 shoulder, 1 into the finger, strike them, and push them out of the way. Then your hand come into here, then your hand come back, grab, and that emphasize to the throat, so you got to know where your hand is, okay? Now when you've done that particular one there, this one is quite important as well to know, you turn your hand and feet together. It's like you on the throat and hand there, grab the hand, then turn and turn your body like that, and then throw them back like that. Yeah? So when you're here, turn back like that, throw. Then this hand come back, block, block, turn, and then back like that. Then drop. 1, 2, then lower your body down. Hip to the groin. Nah, hip to the groin, here. Then turn your hand, and then up, and then back like that. Okay? So that's very important. If you see on this angle here, so you can see how we do them. Now when you come in here, hand to the throat here, yeah? Hand at this position, turn, back, here, okay? On that particular movement there. Now from here, this hand coming over, down, over, 1, 2, then jump, down, here. Hit 1 and 2, lower your body like this, before you hit, like that, yeah? Hit, then over, then come up, okay? And that's where you are, on that position. Now, like I say, everything you look at this, even though I do step by step, it takes time for you to learn. It's not simple, but if you put your heart into it and training each part, you will get a very good result and very good on how I move, because I try my best to show you in each angle of the camera so you know exactly how my body moves, where you strike, how you hit the hand. So it's quite easy for you to know exactly how to move your body, okay? The idea is you have to spend time practice. If you find something is not right, like when you have your hand here, you try to turn, you cannot turn because your body is not in the right places. So if you're in the right places, you can turn. Now when you turn your body, make sure you're in the line, not turn your body in out balance. Yeah, so that's important in line. Now when you've done that, this hand down, this hand come up. Like imagine somebody punch you, 1, 2, block. Yeah, and then change, then block, down, and then drop, drop, then hit. When you hit that particular one here, back the fist on the going, boom, like that, okay? So the release of the power, you go like that, you start to hurt your hand, so you got to go together, boom, like that, okay? So that's important. The most important thing is the way you transfer and the way your body move have to be fluidly movement, okay? So when you've done them, you start to put some movement together, a little more fluid, a little bit, not like stuck, like 1, then right forbid, then 2, then you won't be able to do it, okay? So you make sure it move like yin and yang, like that. Rotation, fast and slow. Let me show you here how we really do them. So when you practice, you know what to do. Hand here like this, then down. Over. And that's where we left you now on this part here. Okay, so important for you to practice. See how I do them and start to practice as much as you can and try to get close as you can to me. And that is how we do in this particular part. I see you on to the next lesson. On this part of the DVD now, you're selecting is on the part 7 of the Gen style Tai Chi. We got one more to go and we finish now. Now, if you already get on this part and trying to get into this part, your Tai Chi's get up to quite good standard already. So when you practice from now on, it's not going to be hard because it's just repeat some of the movement of it. So if you already done all the basic already as well all the lesson, this part is going to be very, very simple. I will guide you along what I left you behind on the part 6. It's hand here, okay? Let me show you in this particular angle, hand here. Now when in this particular movement, hand here like this, okay, like that, then your hand turn from here, turn, like that, down, then out. Then this hand coming up, this feet coming out, okay? This back feet from here coming out. From here, this hand from here down, turn, hand here, like that. And then from here, you turn your body. 1, like this, then 2, like this. When you done that, make sure the feet and hand got to go together. Then bring the hand back over here, then step out, then out like that. 1, feet, 2, like that, okay? Hand up like that. Bring this hand in the center like this, then strike, like that. Then bring your hand in like that. When you're in here, flick up and kick, chop, turn, then in that position. Then from here, go down, then up. Then turn your hand, and then push up like that. 1, bring your hand back into here, then push down. And up, change the hand, up again. When you've done that, this feet coming back, this hand from here, inside, over. 1, over, 2, over, 3, okay? Then tap 1, the hand drop, 1, 2, and this one, fast like grab. Then change your body position here, lower your body into that, then out like that, here, out like that, in that position, yeah? Done that, feet forward here, hand in that position like that, then kick. Change your body here, hand like this, then kick out again, from here, yeah? So when you hear kick out, then back, in that position, jump, and then turn, then kick, then you hit that position like that. And that's where we're going to leave you now here. Now this particular one is quite long and it's got a lot of movement into it. So when you start to practice, try to practice as much as you can. If you have problem, what you should do is do one bit and then you start to move on to next bit, okay? Otherwise you will have problem with moving on. Now it's important when you start to practice with that particular exercise there, is where the hand is. Now if I show you on this particular camera here, so you can see when they come along. When you hand out like this already here, okay? This hand must be go 1, up like this, and this hand coming back like this. Got to understand that, hand here, yeah? When you done that, this hand from here, turn, then the feet together, got to be together, not pass here, together. Then turn, like this. Then this hand coming over like that, and then feet coming out like that. You strike in the throat, and then again on the throat, okay? Now, when you start to strike them on the throat on this particular size here, yeah? ping this hand here like this, and then strike center, like that, okay, center like that. Then ping the hand back and fit here. This bit here, when it done that, then kick, must be kicked like this. Of course, like kick, back, chop, change, in one motion, yeah. And then from here, you can come up, from here, then come up like that, okay. That's when you need to come up. Then the hand must be from here, down. Then you come up again like this, okay. And then you come out, this hand inside, out like this, and the leg must be square. You do exactly the same on this side like that, yeah. And then you do exactly the same on this side. Now when you've done all them three movement already, here, this hand could be 1, 2, then ping like that, like grab, turn your body, so you're in that position like that, low, tense in like that, and out like that, yeah, out like that, like in a square here, yeah. Then hand and feet together like this, in that position, then kick, and then turn the hand like this, then kick, then out, and then back here, and then kick. Okay, that's where we left you. The idea is you have to get in your body to know where you are. If you don't get your body to know where you are, you won't be able to move like this, the movement, especially when you come in here, change down like that, yeah? You have problems straight away. If you don't do the exercise and your weight is over lean, and if you go out down wrong, you start to hurt yourself more than you do any good twin. Thirdly, when you start to practice, is when you start to coming in, your hand like this and then squeeze out. When out, squeeze out, kick, then boom, now, yeah? So that's important, got squeeze you in and then out. Another thing you need to practice a lot as well, this particular one here, up, then kick, and up, yeah, like that, kick, then up, kick, like that, yeah? So you got to understand that. If you don't do them exercise that well, you will find very difficulty of doing the movement, okay? So that's important. Another thing you have to understand as well is the drop size when you drop. To make your movement more better, you got to make your body go in and squeeze in and then come out, hit. So when you come out, go 1, 2, back this hand like that, turn. First 2, 1 like this, and then 2. Then back this hand, grab, back into here, like grab him back to you. Change your position like this and drop. Bang like that, bang like that, yeah? And then squeeze in and out, like that, yeah? Squeeze in and out, like that, okay? That's important. Don't lean, square out that. And then step forward, hand like this, then kick. That's important when you start to practice with that particular one there. I show you here how we were exactly doing them. So when you practice, you know what to do. Start here. Then from here, you bring your hand. And that is where we're going to leave you now here, in this particular part. Try to practice as much as you can and get as close as you can, and then you can move on to the next part. Otherwise, you will have problem. I will see you on to the next lesson. On this part of the DVD now, your selecting is on a part 8. This is the last part of the Chen style Tai Chi from here. On this particular part, if you get there already and train up to part 1 to 7 and part 8, that's the last part, then I congratulate you that you nearly completing the Chen style Tai Chi from the old form of the Chen style side. Now if you jump yourself on to here, then I would you go back to practice because no such thing as quick fix. You have to practice to get there. Okay, if you not get there, just jump into here, try to learn quick stuff. You can't learn quick stuff, and you haven't got a clue what's going on anyway, because they're all of the movements that have to join together. Okay, so as you remember, on the last part I left you, is on this side, on this camera here, on here. Okay, that's where I'm going to left you. Now from here, I will go through the movement so you know exactly where you are. Turn this hand from here into here like this. Okay, then turn your body back and then in that position like that. Now when you start to work on this particular movement, yeah, when you're here, turn your body down like that. Make sure you turn and then like that so you can block together. So you're here, turn, then turn your body in that position, hand here and that position here. And then run up, go 1, 2, and 3. So you make sure you done the movement when you come up. So go 1, 2, 3. Then kick up like that, yeah? Then coming down 1, then 2. Bring your hand here, up, and then down like that. Then up. Then bring your hand here like this, and then kick. Yeah, then step forward this hand, fit here, and then another one come out like that. And then strike, hand here, okay? Then turn your body back, here, and then go out. Like that. Make sure you're in a line. Turn your hand back, forward, and change. Back into here, then fist out. Like that. Okay? Then bring your fist inside here like this. Change the leg position. Come over. Then in that position here. Then forward up. Then out like that. Hand 1. Back like that. Then 2. Bring the feet out. Hand here. Back. Then turn your leg. And then back in that position. Like this. Okay? When you're in position, turn your body this way, then flick the kick up like that. Then bring the hand into here, then punch. And then return this hand, forward, then up. And that is how you finish the chance down. As you remember on the part 1, that's where we started. Part 8, that's where we're going to finish you here. Okay, so it's important to know where you are. Look at part 1, then you know where we are. It's not on this camera, not here. So you got to know exactly where you started. I start here, and then I will finish here. Okay, so that's important. Now the idea is I will go through with you certain bit on to the movement because it's quite complicated. So I could guide you one bit so you can see the idea. Now the movement, as you remember, when I come out, yeah, I will do in this line, you can see it more easily. When I come out, the hand in that position here, okay? When you done that, this hand here in like that, so that's block, and that's block. Nah, so in line like this. Change the hand here in, and then down like this. Turn your body here, okay? When you turn the body, jump, 1, 2, 3. Nah, together, then back. Now, up, 1, 2, 3, down like that. Hand, kick, 1, 2, 3. Hand out like that. Then back into here, then out. Then change the feet, then out. Then bring this hand here, come over, so in that line, forward, like this, then out. 1 and 2, here. Then back. From here, then turn your body. Then come out. Then up to here, then punch. Yeah, line, punch. Turn the hand, then come forward. Then finish. And that's how you do that on this particular angle. Now, as you know, when you start to practice with this particular movement, a certain part you need to concentrate on. For example, when I'm coming out from here, then jump and kick. You go in 3 steps. 1, 2, and then kick this leg up before this leg come up. Then land back the leg, you jump, and then back, then up, then down. Otherwise, you won't be able to catching up with your technique, okay? Then you will mess up the movement. Let me show you once again on that so you know. So here, so go 1, 2, 3. Dump, 1, and then 2. Then up, back, kick, like that. That movement, 1, 2, together. Together, kick out, yeah, together. Then jump, 1, 2, 3, out like that, okay? And that's important. Next bit you need to understand as well is when it starts doing a kick. When it doing that position, the movement there, kick up like this. So from here up and back. When you punch together, yeah, together. That will land in the throat, and that will land in solar plexus. Like that. Before your hand come over to do that. Okay, that's another important one. The other one you got to understand as well is when you come out to elbow. Yeah, and then turn. 1, 2, 3. Then back the hand. The leg must be in the right position as well. If you're not in the right position, you won't be able to put the power out, the movement out, okay? So that's important. Let me show you here how we really do them. And then you got a rough idea, so you know what you're doing. You're in that position here, okay? And down. And that is how you practice with that particular one there. Now if you got a problem with the movement, then you practice again, and then you see the idea. Now when you start to do the movement, you got the understanding is, you know where your body is. If you know where your body are, then become easily for you to work. On this particular bit now, we finished now, and I only can guide you along as much as I can. So you got the time, you need to practice. Practice a lot of exercise on the leg. Yeah, on the leg. On the leg, so you know where to go up from here. Okay, that's very important. If you haven't got the good flexibility, then you're coming in, then you're doing from here. That's be fine. Okay, so it doesn't really matter, provided you can come up and down more stable. If you not come up and down more stable a little bit, you cannot move. Okay, that's important. Another most important thing about chin style is everything you strike. You got strike from the body, okay? Power from the body when you hit, okay? And that's important. And when you start to hit the hand, elbow, yeah? And that's important where the movement of the body, where they are. So to make sure that's the movement you got to generate from the body, and everything have to work together like that. Otherwise, it's no point doing that because it's nothing to do with the body movement. As you're hitting, it's no power coming out. On Chinese martial arts side, on the chin style, we have two forms. This is the first one. We got another form as well on this. On this particular one here, you need to practice first before you go into the next one on Tai Chi 2, okay? Try to practice as much as you can. I hope the information I give you, it help you to understanding more about Chinese martial art and the Chinese culture. And in this particular bit here, if you finish already, complete, we will continue to go through on the next DVD on the Tai Chi Combat 2. I hope that you enjoying the information I give you, enjoying the DVDs that we present. I will see you on next DVD on the Tai Chi Combat. In this part here, you're watching through the chin style already, or the movement of the hand and stuff like that. Now we go into the application of this particular exercise here. You move the hand slightly down like that, and then come back, close them up, and then strike in the center. This particular movement here, when you work in a chin style is all to do with strike, hard hit, down like that. So when you're moving the hand, your waist, body moving, you're using the same as this particular principle. If you're watching through the yang already, you're using the hand. This one, chin style, work similar to that particular one because they're working some of the movement like that and some of them cause of that. I'll explain to you the first one first, you can understand. Let me borrow, you can mark. On this particular one here, when your opponent punch you, use your hand like that, down, punch here like that. This arm come across like this. When you have the hand cross like this, arm here, if your arm like this, you hit, that's no good because it's not inside him. Close him up here, then you hit from here, palm like that. When you hit your palm direct in the center like that, into the chest here, that will hit on himself and force him backward. Let me show you slowly again on that particular movement on this, so you can understand how to work. Yeah, so you come and go 1, 2, turn your body back like that, hand here, and then from this hand here, come in here like this, and then push, like that. When you work on this particular one, and you watch through, you fall, it looks like the Wing Chun movement. It's the hand moving, you closing up and hit. It's a similar to all the martial art, is similar movement because roughly movement slightly the same size. When you do on the Wing Chun side, different to this one because I explained to you more about that in the combat, in the Chen combat bit. If you go in there, you will know exactly how and what each movement is. This is how we do it on this particular one. On this particular one, on a chin style, you work on the hand and then come back and hit to the body with the body. When you work on this sort of movement on the chin style, it's a lot to do with a lot of hit like that. When you hit, you make sure your body turn together so you can generate a lot of power. If you haven't been training on any application yet, you won't be able to use and understand this. I will explain to you more a little bit about it later on. And let me show you through how to use this bit because you already watch that on a fast move already, on a fast. This one is on a slow. Let me show you here. Let me borrow you again. On this particular one here, when he punched me, one, punch me again, hand here. When the hand hit my body inside, I can hit him like that. Won't hurt him because I'm using whole body of my hand only. But if I go like that, I will knock him out. Now you sit there, you wonder why some of our students is getting so painful and fall down and hurt. Because all our student training, they need to have one of this. If you haven't watching through that already, you won't know because when that comes in, that here, they'll get knocked out. The idea is they need to have this and understand and feel that you have the movement. On the shin here, they have the movement on there. So I come in, I kick him here, I kick him here. The movement we try to put out in chin style is so powerful that the knee to able to support by absorbing them. That's the whole purpose of the Tai Chi. If he stand still, when I hit him, it's wounding inside. If you've been training with this sort of thing before, and you come in and get hit one of this, it wounds you inside and hurt you inside. But if absorbing slightly moving back like this, it didn't hurt him as much. Let me show you once more on that so you understand it. Or you sit there, you spend too much time learning the movement and rhythm, you never hit anything. Of course you won't understand it and you wonder, it can't be happen. But if you've been training with us, you will know. Let me show that one again so you understand. When he punch me, come along, hand like this, hand come back here. Grab the hand like that and body turn. When you body turn, your whole body must turn together like this. When you turn, your body turn like this. And your body in a line. When you're doing this movement, make sure you're in a line properly like this. This is how we use that on the form. So I show you here the application it work. I will show you more in the combat side, on the chin style combat side, where to use this. This is how we do it on this particular exercise. On this particular one here, I will show you the movement on the hand like this and hit him into the chest. You're watching through the form already. When you jump from here across, then you turn your hand like this and hit like that. Let me show you how that used in the fighting zone, in the application side at the moment. Not talking about the fighting yet, talking about application side, so you can understanding how that link into here. Now, you're already watching through the first one already. Let me go through this so you can understand. When you understand this, you know exactly why you do the form for. Let me bother you again. When you're doing the chin style, now we go into now, mostly we use the forearm to block now. Forearm to block. When he punch come along, I will cut the forearm horn here. Soon as I come in here, my body is low and hand like this, hit, like that, come in to hit him. When he started coming to hit him this way, back with the hand and right to the chest, already mentioned to you that he has something underneath here. So that's why you feel if you haven't got anything underneath here, when I hit, you know it's gonna knock out. The idea when you're using this movement, make sure you're using a lot of your weight. If you train the chin style properly in application, you will know it. Let me show you once more so you know. Punch come along, one, two. You lower your body in this way, then hit, boom like that. Now, you can stand there and say, what about if you come to punch me in this side, on this hand, punch me again here, and then punch me. This doesn't really matter. I will come back here, I will hit it this side. If you block with this hand when I'm coming in here, I'll work exactly the same way on this hand. Come back here and hit on this side. We talk to you through that later in the combat zone. This is how we do this in this particular exercise. When you're training on a chin style, you come back and you're moving your hand like this, come along like this. Remember when you come in like this, and then you turn your hand, push like this, and use and push like this, and move your hand coming in. In chin style, you see a lot of the hand coming in, a lot of the hand coming in of the movement. When you strike, you get a lot of hand like this. Let me show you through the application side when you use this particular palm to the chest bit. So you're understanding how to using that particular movement here. Let me show you so you know. Let me bother you again. On this particular one here, when you want to go and hit him to the chest here, it's not like the yang style. Yang style, you come and you push him like this. Okay? The chin style, they're not interesting about pushing. They're interesting about strike because they're using the internal movement on the chi side and hit from the chest like that to knock the opponent out. I explain to you more about it into the chin and yang bit so you understand. Let me show you through this bit so you know. When he punch me, I cross, come in and hit him. When he come and cross like this, my hand come down like that. Okay? When my hand come down like this, My body low like this. In the yang one, I go like that and push him, and he will come back again. But in the change one, we're not pushing. So we do that again. 1, 2, back in here like that. And then this hand here, strike from here, and come in strike. If you got partner to train with, and you put your hand down like this and strike right into the chest, all his rib will be broken. Very simply and easy attack. That's why all our students training on this, understanding the movement, and when you hit them, you will hit them and knock them across. Let me show you one more of that so you can understand. When you punch coming, 1, 2, this hand come across here. When this hand come across here, you lower your body and hand it, you still stick with him, and then you push from here. Like this, straight in like this. Okay. This is how we do it on this particular exercise. When you're training on the form of the chain style, when you come along on the movement, coming down and then come back, cross into the neck like that, for instance, and then coming inside on the movement and then come back, the hand like this. This is the movement on application that I will show you through now, how to go into use that on this particular application so you know exactly what's going on. Let me bother you again, Mark. On this particular one here, for instance, when your opponent comes in a strike, when he strike, your hand like this, and then your hand quickly come across like this, and then he punch me. This hand along here, cover, and this palm in here, he come down. Now why you see him drop down and fall in this way? Because as soon as you're coming in and hit, and then come back and that, because it's wrong way you hit, he have to go in this way to absorb. If he start to move other way, is in a wrong position, he will get hurt. When he come down, direct down, because you're absorbing a lot of power come down, if he stands still, it's like you're getting a stick and get a hammer hitting it, you're going to break through the stick. So you're absorbing through falling down this way. When you do the chain style Tai Chi, you will understanding how to using your body to absorb in the movement. Let me show you one small that again so you understand how we do them. Punch come along, 1, hit, turn, back the palm here and hit, like that. Okay, that is how to using that on this particular exercise. And this is how we do it on this particular one. When you do it on the form, and it's the movement come back and a kick like that on the chest, boom like that, and then you come in and you kick like that on the hand a lot, and then come down. When you're doing this particular movement here, we show you here on the application, so you can understanding how we're using that particular movement on this, so you know why we do what we do. Come in again, we bother you again. On this particular one, when you punch come along, you're moving your hand on this particular one coming in, so you can see it this way. When you coming in this hand, when you punch here, along coming in, when you punch, you need the hand and flick like this. When you have the hand flick into here, you're in this position here, and then kick him. When you start kick him and using this particular movement, you work in either way. When you punch in this side, you're in that way. Come in here, then come back and kick him straight into his body like this. Let me show you again slowly so you can understand. Because in chain style, everything rapid very quickly. When you punch come along, you quickly, boom, then come back, boom, come back here. When you kick him, he kick that here right into boom on a chin here to knock him out. But in this particular exercise here, we kick it onto the chest to take him across. Let me show you once more again so you understand. 1, drop, 2, boom. Now, when you're watching through this and you see he won't come in that close to me, okay? If he come close to me, I'm moving back. I won't stand there for him to come and hit me, would I? But the idea of this training is, because we haven't got enough space, if you're moving around, then all over the place, then you won't be able to follow and understand what I'm trying to tell you. The idea is if you're coming close, I'm moving. When he punch, I will be here. If we're moving back, if we punch, I'll be here. This doesn't matter because you're understanding. That's what the Tai Chi do, help you to understanding each thing and each situation you got to get yourself into. So this is how we do it on this particular exercise. In this particular exercise here, you will see when we do a lot of movement, like you come along, coming back on this movement, coming back at this hand out like that, for instance. And before you turn your body, come into this movement here, and then coming back and go in this particular movement, for instance. Now, let me show you how we're using this particular one here, then come back and go like that, for instance, and what that relate into the application and how you're using that. On this particular one, when you hit, if you haven't been training in the application or in combat side of the Tai Chi side, your wrist get used to too much of the ferry like this, yeah, and don't understanding how to put pressure into here. When they come along, you break your own wrist more than you break your opponent's wrist, because you have the understanding when you get into here that what's the most important thing about Tai Chi is when you contact, you tense your hand. So let me explain to you when you're watching through this exercise so you know. Or you sit there, you wonder, this is not possible, this is not Tai Chi. So you won't understanding what we're trying to tell you. Let me bother you again. On this particular one here, when he punched me, I'm blocked. And his fist is still nice and tight and like that, tense. Have the hand here, see? When that coming in, just shoot through to his arm. And he put me again on this side and then work exactly the same. What I'm interested in is getting used to my hand. That's why you see a lot of movement like this on the chin down. Hand like that. And hand movement where the hand is. So the hand of your body, where you move your hand, is the way you turn your hand like this. Where you hit them. When you hit them, there's a lot of power generated from the palm coming out. That's why when you do the chin down, it's to understanding the soft and the hard. That's why your body have to be able to matching that movement. Let me show you one small that so you can understand. So when you punch come along, grab, hit, boom. That's the idea of this. Turn, hand. Then this side block, hand. And that is how we do it on this particular exercise. When you're doing on the Tai Chi, on the foam, when you come in across like this, I'm using this camera so you can easily see me. When you're using your arm like this and come back and then punch to the body. When you're doing this particular movement here, let me show you onto the application side how you're using that or when you're using that. Because you're using the form, the block, and you come in to hit, you know exactly where the body hit. When you flick, so you know exactly how much power you will generate out. Let me borrow you again, Mark. On this particular one here, now some of you, if you already training on a Tai Chi already, and you got a partner with you there, ask them to punch you. When you punch, you have your hand like this, cross the arm like this, yeah? When you have to grab the arm like this, when you punch this side, grab the arm like this, coming back like that, yeah, and punching, yeah? You will see how painful they are into the wrist of your opponent. When you start to experience that, then you can understanding why we do what we do. Why Chen style different little bit to the Yang. Yang block like that. On the hand when you hit, Chen style block it inside. But Chen style can block same as the Yang style. Because Yang style training and learn from the Chen style and go back to do the Yang style. So they're all in one particular style. First is Chen style, then they dilute them a little bit and put into Yang. So the movement is similar. They have it both into the Chen style. On this movement here, let me show you again so you can understand. When you come in one, when you punch again, this side, two, back, this hand here, then body from here. When you body from here, turn, and then hit. When you body from here, turn, because a lot of waves are coming in, when you punch in like that, you're going to knock your opponent right out. When you leg like this, when you come up with this line here, if you're up like this, you punch, you won't be able to develop a lot of power, because that's why you have the body like this and put the power in. That's why you're doing the form like so. Let me show you again on that movement so you can understand where to put the hand in and how you turn and you punch. If you punch with this side, easier to 1 in, 2. Turn your hand here and then punch, okay? From here, straight. Punch again. So you go 1 here, 2 here, turn it back here and punch. Yeah? Now, for instance, I'm in here, I hit him. And you said, what about he going to punch me in the face? And he punch. I will come back and punch with this side. Doesn't really matter because end of the day is how it works on this movement. This is how we do it on this particular exercise. So you know exactly how to do it when you're watching through this. This particular one here, I will go through to you so you can understand. You're watching the first one already. When you're doing the form, when you come along and go body like this out, on this particular movement here, your leg is low like this. When you're in this particular movement here, you can generate a lot of power on the movement. Let me show you where it's coming into the application so you know exactly how you use them into the application side. Let me bother you again, Mark. On this particular one here, when he punch me, when he punch your arm like this, when he punch me this side, this arm can underneath come up. Okay? When underneath come up, if you stand like this and you hit him, you won't be able to hit anything because you're not in close enough. So when you're doing this movement, you have to make sure your leg work, your hand, your leg, your arm must be rich and into timing and movement is right. If it's not, you will have problem of using this particular exercise. Punch me. Now, if you punch me, go in and right and hit me. I will hand here. I will turn. My body will be automatically turn. So when you here, I will automatically turn. As soon as my hand turn, the arm here coming in, I'm going to break his arm. As soon as I come in this side, I work exactly the same way. I will be inside him, right inside him here, arm like this. The idea of this particular training is let you understanding the distance. When we're training and doing this particular movement, you are understanding where we are. If we get too close, we need to move. If we get too far, you need to go in to understand it. Close up the distance so you can able to put the movement on. Let me show you once more so you can understand how we do it. Punch, come in again. Hand, turn. When you move in your hand, turn. Punch with this side, you can turn. Exactly the same. So we work on this side, exactly the same. Here, turn up here, punch with this side, you stand here. Exactly the same. No different if you have problem with one side. So you come one, then come back here and turn. Or you come back one here, and then one here and turn, and then come down. This doesn't really matter which hand you're using. But on this particular one here, you have hand, turn your hand, one, come back, turn this hand over here, and in the middle, like this. Leg inside, body square, body like that, hand out like that. That's how you use them, load your body out like this. If you want to, if you punch, you turn this side if you want, come back, turn this side if you want, come back here if you want. This doesn't really matter how you use it. The most important thing is you hurt his arm here. When you hit his arm, you hurt his arm and elbow coming out to take him out. And this is how we do it on this particular exercise. In this particular one here, we talk to you through the bit application here. You know when you're watching through the Tai Chi chin style side, when you're coming out from the side like this, coming back and push from here. When you push your hand is like this, yeah? When you push your hand like this. When you have your hand like this and come back like this, hand like this on this position, then turn your body and come down. This position here, when you're coming in from here, coming back and then push out like that. Now, when you're doing this on the application side, how you're using that particular one, let me explain to you through here now so you know. You're already watching the first one already. Let me show you how you're doing this one here. Let me bother you again. On this particular one here, when he punch me, when he punch one, your hand is 1, 2. When he punch me again, your hand underneath. As soon as underneath here, this hand is already underneath here, see? Hand here and hand is here. Exactly how you do that on the foam. Hand here. When you get into here, you push him from here. And when you push him, you have to be in this position. If you're not in this position, you won't be able to push him. Okay? Because that's where the power is of the hand. Punch me again. Go one here, come back in this hand and push from here. Let me explain to you one slow one so you can understanding where he bodies, why he go far away at that. When he punching in, 1, 2, he punch. When he punch me, if he go in the line like this, straight line like this, as you see this angle here now, I push him, I won't be able to push him that far, yeah, because as soon as he turn your body, then he give, then I will fall this way with him. When you're doing this particular movement here, do that slowly again, 1, 2, and 3. This hand here, see this hand here come along here, and put him slightly off angle his body, and then from here you push. That's why he go like this, more than like this. So that's why you can chuck him off balance. Not necessarily that your opponent punch you 3 times. He can punch you 1. So punch you 1. Doesn't matter. Make no difference if you punch you 1, punch you 2, punch you 3 times. This is how we knew this movement on this particular application. When you practice on the form of the chin down, you see a lot of the hand when they come in like this, on the arm, for instance, on the shoulder, on the side, coming in when you move the arm like this, and then you turn your body. When you turn your arm like this, it's not just the hand you're using, it's just whole of your body coming in. Now, if you have your partner with you training on this application at the moment, if you're watching through and you've got a partner, ask him to put your hand out like this, okay, and hit him just here with your forearm. Like this. When you hit one, lean to here, yeah? Slide like this on there. You will feel very painful. So when you're watching through this, already the first one, you see it for, when you start using that particular movement, now I show you on a slow one so you can practice, you can understand why you hit where you hit. Let me show you again. On this particular one here, when you're doing the movement on the chin, you get leg coming like that. So movement on the hand, coming and turn and jump and moving your leg like that. Now exactly the same as you're using this on this particular action. When you punch come along, your hand like this on, like coming straight into here. So when you come in, your hand, boom, like this. Yeah. When you punch with this side, you turn, and this arm come inside like this. Yeah, like that. Because it's come inside, not just the arm alone, it's the whole body come inside like this. Yeah, to knock him down. When you're coming down like this, on this particular one, cause this here, is the back of the hand that we're hitting on this back of the hand here. It's a dead hand. When you hit into here, you start caning him. So we'll show you one more slow one again. When you punch, use the hand now. 1, this side if you want. If you punch me again, this side if you want. It just which leg is more suitable to you, more comfortable to you. So when you're coming in, you're using opposite if you want, cross straight up. When you kick at that, you kick straight into the shin or straight up the kneecap. This makes no difference. When you punch at this side, hand come in here and turn. You can grab and hit, or you can go straight like that and hit him down from here. And this is how we do it on this particular exercise. On this particular one here, I'll go through you so you can understand how we're using the body hit like that. When you start coming in, work with your opponent's hand. When you work with this particular movement like this, round like that on the body, you will see a lot of power come out from the body into here. You must be low position and then get your body balance when you hit. When you hit, your arm must be in a straight, bend slightly like this. Don't go like that, like straight arm, bend slightly, like curve like that. So when you hit in the forearm to the body. Let me show you so you can understand how we do this particular one. Before you can mark. On this particular one here, when you punch come along, when you punch, you start coming to extend just the arm here. As soon as you done that, you're hurting him. When you hurt him, he punch the other side. This hand come in here. Bring your body on the side. Because when you bring your body turning here, you see your body coming in, it's movement of that. That's when you hand of that. Okay, that's when you have the movement of that. Let me show you one slow one again so you can understand. When you punch, you move it, boom, like this. Okay, if you want to using opposite, like punch come along, like this doesn't really matter, like this if you want. If you want to using from here, using like this doesn't really matter. When you hit this side, you step here, you come and hit. Doesn't really matter which leg you're going to kick with, as long as it's comfortable for you. That's the most important thing. But on this one, we're using this leg and this hand. So go slow again, come in and go hit. One, come in here. As soon as you punch with this hand, you cut across this hand. Bring your leg in here, your body, yeah, body. Boom, like that. Now when you see this movement, and you can see that in the form, we put on like that. When he hit, we don't lean this way and hit him, try hit him that. Because in the form, we don't do that on the form. We do like that on the form. And that's why we use it exactly like that on to the application. Otherwise, it's pointless doing the form one thing, and when you go to application using, you do another. This is how we use it in this particular exercise. On this one here, on the application, I will show you through how to blocking the kick coming in and or the knee coming into knee you, using the forearm to block and then using forearm to hit them again. In chain style, they're using a lot of forearm to hit because that's where they hit you with the forearm. When they hit you, that's where they develop a lot of power, punch, movement of the hand. Let me show you through this one so you're understanding how we do them. Let me borrow you again, Mark. When you're seeing on the form, when you come back and you come down like that, come up and go whack like that on the leg, on this particular movement like that. It's no different here. When you are working on this, exactly the same. When you punch come along, you're on the side like this. When you start to work on the side like this, when you come in and you hurt him and he kick you, for instance, you just have the arm here, the forearm right into here, and then body like this, and then hit him. Do that slowly once you can see. So one come on, boom here, come and hit, boom, and then body like this, and hit him. And you body in this position again. When you hit him, come back here again. When you hit him, your arm like this, when you come in, if you start to go the arm like that, you start to understanding the pressure coming from the whole body like this. Yeah. Now, if you start to working with the hand when you get here, you can't reach in and you hit like that with him, you won't hurt him. Because your body, when you do the form and the movement of your hand, or when you do this exercise, it's not up to the standard of the hand. So when you're doing this movement, you won't be able to do it. When you do the form, it's one thing. Application and work with a real human being is another. That's why this one called combat Tai Chi. Let me show you again. If you round kick me again on this side. This arm. Because when you work, I work with forearm down like that. Soon the forearm land down here, my body in this position, and it lock. All my interesting hit is see the arm it lock, and my body hit what? I'm hitting with my waist. That's what's so important in chain style, is the waist. This is how we do it on this particular exercise. In this particular application, you're watching through the fast one already. This one here, I will show you how to using that particular application in the slow one. So you can understand where to put the hand, how to hit them, and where to take them down. Let me show you. On this particular one here, when your opponent come and punch you, bring the hand here and then hit, palm here. As soon as you punch with this hand here, you come along here, this arm here, and turn your body. As when you turn your body, this elbow will land. As soon as this elbow land here, this elbow will land here, you grab like that, and then take him down. Up again. When you're working on this particular one here, make sure all the movement got going hard and fast. If you're not going hard, you won't be able to destroy your opponent's arm. Only time you can throw your opponent down the floor by hitting them hard enough to the arm to wake them up, and then you can take control. Let me show you through again slowly so you understand. When you punch come along, come in here and body, waist, hit, turn, this one here, body turn. Elbow is already landing to the body. I can knock him out on a single blow instead of coming in and take a leg off. Watch me again. One, turn, punch. That is so important that you have to get your body in the right position and have your body lock when the contact comes in. Let me show you again how to use your leg together so you know. Punch come along again slowly. One, hit, arm here, coming in, body here, grab leg, like that, to take him over. And this is how we do it on this particular exercise. On this part of the training here now, you're slacking the Chen style combat side. How to use the Chen style into the fighting zone in the street fight, for instance, or into the situation you will get yourself into, not using application side, because in the application you need to do a set movement. Why are we doing the application? Why don't we just doing this movement, fighting instead of the application? It's like learning the ABC. You need to learning all the tools, how to move your hand, where to kick, how to put the power in when you do the application, and how to using your arm to hit. When you start to understanding that, and your body start to functional, when you crush yourself in that particular street fight movement, you can use the Chen style. Now on this particular one here, I only go through with you through the Chen style. And then, if you want to see the combine both together, you need to select Chen and Yang combat. So that will go through the bit that you need. This bit here, I only go through with you what is involved in the Chen style combat side, so you know. Let me bother you again. Now, let me explain to you first so you can understand. Because we're in the Chen style, the movement, you're using a lot of weights on the hand and the body. And everything you have to use, it's got to be internally movement. And your body quite low. Into the fighting into the street side, for instance, somebody attack you. Now, if he come and attack you, the boxer come and punch me, come along. And I wouldn't be able to come in and try to do that again. And then I try to go in to hit him like this. Because if he do that, he come in to twat me in the face, would he? I need to be close enough. I can't get into that. If you get in there, he kick me. Then what happened? The idea of the Chen style training, and on the Tai Chi side, what did Tai Chi really mean to you? No idea? Let me tell you what the Tai Chi meaning here. Tai Chi is meaning the grand ultimate fist. Why is it called the grand ultimate fist? The grand ultimate fist really meaning to you is when the master training in China into the Tai Chi side, he already done so many martial arts already. Because he done so many fighting martial arts already, he put the Tai Chi on top of him so he can pull it out into the combat side. If you're training in Tai Chi, for instance, in Yang style, Chen style, and you haven't doing the combat fighting, you won't be able to pull anything out. Why is that? Because you spend too much time learning the posture of your leg is not right. This is really for health. This is so and this is so. And you can't even use it in the combat. Why you cannot use in combat? Because you're never able to do them. When you're training, you have two phases on training. One, learning the form, understanding the body, where they are. Second, you need to understand the application of the combat side when you question there, how to use it and destroy your opponent quick. Chen style have a particular way of using the forearm, either forearm to use to destroy your opponent. When you're coming in to destroy your opponent, you're using two ways. One, force again when he come attacking you, or force again whip with the arm together. Still tensing your hand, but with the whip in your hand. So when he started punching and using quite fast coming in, I go boom, like that. Now when he started coming boom, like that on the arm here, and punch me this side again, on the hand, I started feeling the forearm coming in. When he started feeling the forearm coming in here, he started in pain and he hit this side, I turn. As soon as I turn, I hit him on here. Now, as soon as I hit in here, if he try to grapple me on this arm, for instance, and try to arm lock me, I will have the understanding of the line of the body. That's what Tai Chi give me. That give me the understanding of the movement. That's why you have the yin and the yang movement, understanding the body. Because you have to think about the unexpected thing. So if he punch me, I have to be able to wear him. It's not like you in China, live in the 12th century. Come in and go, hit me like this, or come in and punch like that. It's not going to happen. Punch me, stay. Yeah, Chen style coming in. Ah! No. You need to live in the 21st century here. Get yourself out of the 12th century. You've been trained with somebody that brainwash you so much through this is how you use the chain style. The idea of the training in Tai Chi, if you're a Tai Chi master, I never claim myself as a Tai Chi master. I'm the master of solely martial art. Chain style Tai Chi or Yang style Tai Chi or combat Tai Chi, we call ourselves, is one of our products, one of our training. When you want to train in the combat side, you're a master of Tai Chi training in the 19th generation of Chen style or Yang style, whatever. When you crush yourself in a fight, if you can walk out properly, then you're okay. If you can't, where's your Tai Chi gone to? Where's it disappeared to? Why you spend so many years of training and when you want to use it, you can't pull the movement out? Why is that? Because you got nobody to hit with. If you got nobody to move around and using the technique with, how can you pull it out? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? You have to be stunning your opponent first. When you stun your opponent, you can come in and use your Tai Chi. When you not stun your opponent, if you punch me and move away, how can I use my Tai Chi here? It's not possible for me to use the Tai Chi here because I have to stun him. Now I'm using all different ways to do so. He punch me, I whip him. One. Because I got the leg work on the Tai Chi, I will come into that. If you punch me other side, I will have the hand here. Boom, hand here. As soon as I come in and hit him that way. I hit him. I'm using the Tai Chi side of hitting him. I hit him full like this. Hand here. Because I in this line here, he arm close to me, for instance. Yeah? Now when he close to me into here, I will understanding where he is. And then come back and hit him. That is the whole idea of the Tai Chi. When he punch me this side, for instance, grab this hand here, come back, and I hit him. I hit him two ways here. I come in and hit him this body, or I change this my hand and using my back of my hand here and hit him from here. And when I hit him, mainly I'm using back of the arm to hit him on the body like this, on the body like this. And you wonder why, when you're hitting this arm, not gonna hurt, it's gonna broken your arm. It won't break your arm if you've done the proper thing. If you're training with me, come and train with me on the combat Tai Chi. I will show you how to really do the movement on the Chen style. Come in and do it. Why Chen style so unique? Because you can manipulate the movement. You make him look silly. When he punch me, I want to stand, 9 hand, come back, boom, come back here. As soon as my hand come back in here, my body coming in here, I can work one here, like down here. As soon as my hand comes here, I can pick him down easily. When he in this particular movement here, I come back and I take him down from here. Because Chen style is moving everywhere. I can work around him. Punch me again, I work, boom, boom. I come back on his hand here, for instance. As soon as hand caught like this, I come back in here, and my body from this hand here, as soon as this hand, boom, this arm broke. Because the way the body moves. So when I come and have my hand here, I can have this back of the hand, bang on his face here. Yeah? When I have hand bang on his face here, he come in and punch me this way, hand here. As soon as I come in, see how my body, boom, down here, boom on the body. My hand, if your hand down here, if you've been hit with this arm here on the leg, yeah, boom down here. As soon as when your hand down here, yeah, you come and hit him. When you hit him, doesn't matter how far he is, where he is. You will be to put a lot of technique out on back of the hand, boom, on here. Yeah? So you can understand how to using the arm where you hit him. The idea is you got to make use of your technique. If I in a distant way and he come to attack me, punch me come along, I will be here. As soon as I be here, I'll be here to using the movement. Then he punch me this way, hand this from here. When the hand from here, I'm using the film form to break him down. Here, I don't need to punch him straight away. From here, I turn my body here and hit him. If you have a hand here, doesn't matter. I still knock him out from here because I have the movement of the arm very powerful coming here. As soon as he block from here, and he come up, boom, he's gone here, boom on his face. Because that's how the hand, why we have so many movement on the hand, and why we use them. Punch come in again, hand, back here, punch me this side, hand here, back here, boom, hit here. As soon as hit here, you grab your hand, come in here, body bump, come back here, turn your body on the side, boom here, come back in here, boom here, come back in here, boom here, come back in here, and put him down where you want. Leg, you're in full control of the situation. When you start to hit your opponent, the idea is you need to learning the form and learn them properly. It's no point standing there and said, this is not a right movement. It's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to like 2 millimeters this way. That's why we don't call classic Chen style. We call ourselves combat side because we use it in the combat zone. The combat zone is, can you walk out and pull it out when he come and hit you? In the long range, when he punch come along long range, use the leg. That's why you have this movement on the hand. And you're using very fastly on the hand. So we kick, punch, boom. If you kick coming in, so I stand, boom, where the arm is. When I hit him with the hand on his leg, only time when you need to use in a movement like this is tense when you hit your opponent. When you're not hitting your opponent, then don't tense. Because if you kick me and you go like that, you will have problem. Because when you get there, you won't be able to use in a technique. The Chen style, the movement is very unique on the Tai Chi side. When you kick, you tense as you get there. When you move that, that's when you're coming in. When you come in here, you see that he's going to hit you. Hit, come along, you'll be here. Back here, the arm like that. And then you come back, this hand change. That's when you boom into here. That's what Chen style and movement are. Very interesting, hit the form down here. When you punch me this side, coming in. Back on this side. Turning this body here. Now when using arm at this movement here, that's where you're using this particular movement here. Here. Now we grab my shoulder, for instance, on a shoulder coming in. I start to come in and bring him down toward me. And then I come in this side here. And then I take him down. Or I'm using my shoulder here, bumping him. And clear him out of the way. Because when you're using the Tai Chi side, punch me, I won't let him stay here. And then I can come into what I want. I have to destroy him one or other. Once he punch, using this way, punch me this side, using forearm. When I start to having the forearm and I'm using the forearm line, okay, he punch me this way again, hand like this. Boom, come back here again, boom on the body. As soon as I hit in the body here, see the hand when hit, like this. You don't see me punching a lot, yeah? Because in the Chen style, there's a lot of hand. Hand only coming to block it this way. When you start to come in move like that, you move your hand. So when you come in, you hit the back. So he start in pain, one hand gone. He punch me other side, boom. Boom, back here. Grab like this. Then he turn, boom. Back here again. Change your body. That's when the fist coming in. Boom, come back to here. When your hand coming to here, when you come back here, yeah? Then he start coming with shoulder bump. Boom. And he's still alive and he punches this side, turn this hand back into here again. When you come back to here, you work exactly the same way. On the body, because your hand in control of what going on, you know exactly how to use them. The idea is you have to pull the technique out and pull it out certainly. If I stand still like that, he start to put the hand on the shoulder, for instance, like this. Yeah? Into the Chen style Tai Chi side, we just come along quickly, turn your hand like this, boom, turn here. Back here, hit right to the rib cage, boom, down here. If you put me this hand here, come along, I turn my body on the sides and come underneath his rib here with a form, boom, down here, boom, down here. And that's it. Because when you start to grab hold of the person, when you work in Chen style or Yang style, it's very difficult to grab hold of them. You understand? Because when it's like the slack, they work around you. Yeah? When he punch, I work around him, see? Work around him. The idea is moving your hand. So when you move, boom, hand here, see? You're here already. You come into here, you leg it down here. You coming back, you can do whatever you want to him. Yeah, come back, boom, on the arm here, hit to the body, and then you start to work. The movement of it, of the Chen style, is very unique. You work it with the movement, and I haven't put the elbow in again onto the movement. Elbow, hand, kick, it works in all different form of the movement. And this is how we use it in this particular combat side on it. So you know exactly how we use it and why we use it in the combat side.